Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. For those of you returning, those of you here for the first time, welcome and good to see you. Wow. So I was over watching Ian's stream, getting into some serious Mandela effects over on We Are Awake TV. Pretty interesting stuff going on. I'm going to be on a panel this weekend, Saturday. It was supposed to be at 5, but I think it's changed the time. You'll have to double check. It was changed to accommodate somebody. Either way, go over to Dose of Reality and check it out. I'll get a link here in a little bit and put it in here. The other channel should be back up at least by Friday. I got an email from them today saying that they've limited some features on my channel. Let me see if I can find this. It's so nice of them to let me know. Lost access to advanced features. It says won't be able to do things like get higher daily limits for live streams, shorts, and video uploads, embed live streams, pin comments, add external links to your videos. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck ever. You know, it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Yeah, at least I saw your thing on Facebook about that. She said that there was meteors off in the eastern sky. Most likely gigantic rocks the size of probably only a couple of sheep. That's the official size that NASA uses to tell us about these things, that they are the size of a certain amount of sheep. So I wouldn't be too afraid. It's probably just Anunnaki lizard Jews from Nibiru sending a few probes to Earth, you know, so they can come here and put the brain worms in our skulls. So that's what we're worried about. Anyway, let me see who else here. Oh, we got some good stuff here. I don't know if anybody caught it or watches Flatzoid's perspective, but Flatzoid, he's got a little back and forth going with Shawn Hawkins, our good friend. And Shawn was supposed to demonstrate. So this is the third attempt I've seen at someone trying to demonstrate a gas pressure system without fucking containment. And this guy is wow, what a joke. Got a couple cool things I was going to show you that I ran across here today real quick while everybody's kind of piling in. I got this thing. This is kind of cool. The Three Stooges. Who would have thought that you would be able to actually get damn thing that you'd actually be able to explain the entire banking system with the Three Stooges. This is pretty good. Watch this.
How about the $20 you owe me? Oh, yeah? Well, I only got 10, so here's 10, I owe you 10. Thanks. Hey, Mo, you owe me 20. Well, here's 10, I'll owe you 10. You owe me 20. Here's 10, I owe you 10. Here's the 10 I owe you. Here's the 10 I owe you. Here's the 10 I owe you. Good, now we're all even. How about the $20 you owe me? Oh, yeah.
That's literally how it fucking works too, bro. And so, yes, I think that's well said. Shawn is retarded. So anyway, I guess we'll wait just a couple minutes, get some people in here. My wife and I were remarking on this today, and we have before too, that it's amazing that people set streams and shit like that to be at a certain time, and then you go there and it's not started yet. And more, and it's like you're waiting and waiting, and it's like 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes till after it starts, and you're like, why did they just set it for that? And the idea was that, well, so that people can have time to have gotten the notification and come in and all that other so that they can have a bigger audience when they start. I can't do that, man. I'm going to start when I start. Now I'll fuck around a little bit like I do at the first part, but then I'm going to get right into it. And it's like, look, that's not fair to the people that were already here, I guess, that you make it wait because other people couldn't get here. There's a rewind on this too. So I don't know, just way I kind of think on it, but that's what I do, man. I like start when I say I'm going to start. If I say 9:35, boom, you can pretty much set your watch to it, other than the 10 or 15 second delay, but I'm like usually right down to the second. I don't know. I'm a little bit anal that way. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of give a little goof around here until we get everybody located in just for a minute. And then we'll get into this. I thought, where was that? I wanted to show you. It was really quite an interesting little find that I had come across. Another predictive programming movie coming out in the spring, I see, called Civil War. They just won't quit. They just won't fucking quit. Now let me see where was that? Oh, is this? Okay, so this was we did a little bit of a review last night on the movie that we had watched, the Leave the World Behind movie. So I don't know if you know who Stu Peters is, but he's a creator on YouTube.
Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle.
Pretty interesting shit on this. I like his take. I'm just going to show this real quick, and then we're going to get into the Shawn Hawkins thing. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle, Big Mike, produced this. The series is called Leave the World Behind.
If the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people.
Yep, there's Netflix again trashing white people. What if this was said about black people? What if this was said about Jewish people?
Make a prediction. What is the likelihood that Barack and the man pretending to be Michelle Obama, that they're nominated for some award for this leave the world
Yeah,
behind.
I'm sure they will be. Because it's what is it? Sandra Bullock. It's one of those has-been actresses. Who are sitting there. It's probably going to be nominated because of the woke messaging, because of all of the horror. It's so well done. It's well produced. Barack Obama does it again.
I just hope this guy doesn't wear too tight of a dress when he goes on stage to accept the award. John Miller.
They have operations for that now. I don't know if you've heard, but they're all the rage now. You can just get it.
John Miller, thank you so much for being here. Have a great week.
Okay, take care. You too.
So it's pretty. I think that's all.
What kind of surgery can be done overnight? Oh, avoid all surgery. Avoid all surgeries. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about this John Miller deal. Big Mike, unbelievable, unbelievable. More of the Stu Peters Show continues next.
Anyway, I ran across that. I kind of like his material.
Barack Obama
has been coming out with a lot of tweets, about is the earth flat and shit like that here recently too. So I don't know, maybe he's part of a controlled opposition type situation or something. I don't know. Who knows? Hard to tell. We live in a world of deceit. Let's go through here and see who else with us, and then we'll get into this thing. Let's see what's up. Well, let's see here. I got Aaron White, Flat Earth Outlaw. Flat Earth Outlaw, like that. Justin Johnson, Lisa Marie Tattersall's with us. Mr. Super Sidewinder, Renee Bernays, Rethink Inc., Rocky Shepherd, Saddle Bomb, Shana Alki, Smoking and G Sharp, and others I'm sure that are watching at home. It shows that we've got 29 watching right now. There's Glenn from Boston popped in. And there's probably other people who just haven't participated in the chat right yet and are currently, let's see, I got 9 channels currently live I could watch. Yeah, there's a lot of people going live right now. A lot of this shit going. What we need to do is get this backup channel out and known to people so we can get the as many people over here as we do have at the main channel. I'm going to kind of broadcast on both for a while when my other one comes back. And then I might just go ahead and start doing shit exclusively over here for a little bit, let the other channel cool off or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But as long as we got the two, we're in good shape. We're going to be okay. We're just going to plug along and keep doing what we do because that's how we are. So anyway, this was on, let me see if this is how far into this, because there was a little trouble he had at first with his stream. I watched it for a little bit. All right, so with no further ado, I'll share the screen and bring this up. I don't know if y'all want to be able to watch the chat. I don't know if you can even see it over in the chat replay or not. Or do you want me to bring it up full screen? Is Harmon here too? All right. Cool beans, man. So we got Angela's here too. We got Angela, Mr. Super Sidewinder, Martino Berto, Dr. Law, lurking back here. A man of many talents. All right. Anyway, I did put a link in the description of the video to the full video so that if you want to watch it without me stopping and yammering and going on and whatnot, then you can do that as well. So anyway, this was at the beginning. He was getting his stuff set up. Bless his heart, man. He's got to really keep some odd hours in order to communicate with some of us over here. Of course, we know Shawn is over on the west coast of the United States and Flatzoid's down in South Africa. So we got a little bit of time discrepancies going on, which is understandable. So hats off to Flatzoid for doing these things at what we would consider really odd hours of the day or night. So anyway, let's let this go play out a little here.
There we go at the stage. And Sean Hawkins is not in yet. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Not bad.
Oh, good. Oh, good. This is a bit mad tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
PJ and Michael are usually on his panel. during his lives. If you're not subscribed to Flatsoid, good channel. I really enjoy the content. I would recommend going over and giving him a sub, watching his videos. He's pretty good stuff, man. Him and Shawn have a serious little thing going back and forth. Shawn keeps getting mad, and Flatsoid kind of smacks him away like a gnat. It's pretty funny.
The StreamYard link in chat for Shawn.
Yeah, I did send it to him.
Oh, you've already sent it.
Yeah, but I can't add him. It just says edit name, kick from studio, ban studio. So I think he's still setting up.
Oh, he must be setting. All right.
How many people are you allowed in StreamYard? There might be too many with us in.
No, I've had more than this before.
A lot more than that before, yeah. Remember, we've had me, you, Mikey, good few
yeah,
people.
quite a few people.
He'll be back. He'll be out of here in just a second.
So yeah, guys, tonight I'm on my phone on StreamYard, just waiting for Shawn Hawkins to get in. I don't know why it's not letting me. There we go. Wait, they're add to stage. There we go. Okay, we've got Shawn Hawkins in. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. For some reason, it won't allow me to use StreamYards and record it through OBS at the same time. It won't allow the double use of the camera.
Yeah, what you need to do is if you're going to use it through OBS, you still stream through OBS, but then you don't go live on StreamYard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, then
okay.
it then allows you to do it that way.
All right.
Yeah. So how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, tonight's gonna be a bit different. As you can see, I'm on my phone. I can't get my generator to pull my computer tonight.
I'm gonna jump out and go over to YouTube. I'll come back in when you're finished. All right.
Shot, Michael.
Have fun, fellas. Good luck, Shawn.
All right. I'll do the same flights. We'll jump back in at the end. All right.
Shot. Thanks, guys.
Bless you guys. Good luck, Shawn. Good luck, flights. Bless you guys.
Cheers. Okay, so Shawn, how do you want to start this off?
I'll do a do a presentation first.
All right, y'all put on your seatbelt for this shit. He actually made a video presentation of this here.
Okay.
Let's see. Share screen. There we go.
I'm not able to see it yet. There we go. Add to stage.
There we go.
Okay, it's on screen.
Yep. Ready?
My evidence for the debate. Oh my.
Friday. Flatsoid 1. Sorry about the audio. I had my mic moved away from my face for some reason.
Because you're an idiot.
Without containment. Okay. Go.
Look at Flatsoid's face.
Flatsoid, and I'm not blowing on the bottom of it. You can see my mouth is on the top of the piece of paper. Now, just like a wing, that's what makes an airplane fly. An airplane, things that fly in the air.
Does he not realize that piece of paper and his continuous blowing, this is just proof that he blows, is a separation, and by definition containing it away from the other pressure? Does he not get that? Does he not get that? And plus, it's you're already in it, dumbass. It's like dipshit in his column of air.
Air rushes across a longer surface and a short and over the top, a shorter surface on the bottom. The fast-moving air over a surface creates air pressure. Actually, creates a lower pressure. That's why ships can't park too close together. Big ships can't park too close together because air rushing through them will smack them together and damage them. So they have to be moored a sufficient distance apart that doesn't happen. See, the way an airplane wing works is you have a longer surface across the top than you do on the bottom. Tops are curved, bottoms are flat. You can't take that flat length and put it over the top. It's going to come up short. You have a longer surface across the top, giving you more opportunity for that wind to go across the surface, create a lower pressure system. That's why
He can't even get that right. It's because the air traveling over that longer distance, i.e., the arc of the top of a wing, and the need for the medium to fill in, it goes faster over the top of the wing than it does under the top of the under the wing.
Yeah, I worded that wrong. I should have said, and I realized after I said it, that it's the speed at which the air has to move over the top.
There
The
you
longer
go.
surface, the air has to move over the top faster than it does across the bottom to get to the same place in the back of the wing. Bigger wings give you more lift for weight and shorter wings.
He corrected himself.
No
Good.
container around this paper. No container that would affect it directly. So there's your proof of pressure without a container. Now,
Physical separation, dude.
High, pressure next to a vacuum, we don't have that either, Flat Joyce. That's not in reality. That's not an aspect of reality. We have a gradient atmospheric pressure system that tapers off to a vacuum. That's what we have in reality. And atmospheric pressure is not gas pressure. It's not pressurized gas.
Atmospheric pressure is not pressurized gas. What does he think atmosphere is comprised of? What does he think that atmosphere is comprised of? Air? Okay. What is air comprised of? Let's see. There's oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, argon. It seems to me that these are gases, and that by using the word atmos encapsulates all of these gases that we call air. What a dipshit.
Difference is pressurized gas is us forcing gas into a smaller container than what its volume is. And atmospheric pressure is created with gravity. Until you can understand that, you will look as dumb as you always have been. So that's my presentation. Now, give me a fucking map, a model, and measurements of your flat earth, motherfucker, because this debate is not going to progress past that.
Okay. First of all, Bernoulli's principle requires the containment of the gas. You do know what a surface is in a container. The surface wall.
Waiting.
Do you know what a surface wall is?
I'm waiting.
That's a question. Do you know what a surface wall is?
Map, model, and measurements of flat earth, Flatoid.
We're going to get there. Do you know what...
He's just going off the assumption that he successfully demonstrated what was asked for, and he didn't. He didn't close to do that. And so now he's wanting to ask for a map. Well, here's the fucking reality of it. All of you asshole globers that are always asking for a fucking map. Ain't nobody got a goddamn map, okay? Nobody's got an accurate map. Globers, flat earthers, nobody has an accurate fucking map. Okay. And until we can afford to be financed by some people to be able to go out and do the fucking cartography ourselves with access to all of the land and all of the sea, we are never going to have one. So your fucking argument about a map is moot point. Okay. Stop asking. Nobody has one, and a globe is not a fucking map. Okay. These people, I get so fucking sick and tired of their goddamn map bullshit. And if the AE map is truly only the globe smashed out and flat, then how come people that are navigating in the southern hemisphere? Because obviously, if you make an AE map, you're going to have the south is going to be distorted. Okay, that's the argument. So then, why isn't there an azimuthal equilateral projection map taken from the South Pole for use in the Southern Hemisphere, for accuracy's sake, at least? But you won't find this. Gee, I wonder the fuck why.
Surface wall is.
Yes, it's a container that's able to hold gas. A surface of a piece of paper is not a container. Yeah.
So a piece of paper or a plane's wing is not a surface.
It's not a container.
Does it
It's
contain
not a container.
pressure?
It's not a container. No, it creates pressure. The wind moving across the wing creates pressure. It doesn't contain it.
So it's an open container.
No, it's not a container at all.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you one more question.
Gas molecules are bouncing off something fucking solid.
If you're in a fish,
this is mostly what Shawn's shit is comprised of. Is just constant F-bombs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I have my very own F-bomb, and we're going to probably market these too. And along with an F-bomb, I'm sure that Shawn would especially like this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is a bag of dicks. Absolutely. This really is a bag of dicks. Okay. And inside each bag are some little dicks. Aren't those cool? There's one here too. So there's 3 one. Now you can get them in brown. There's 3 in this one. But if you do get them in the darker color, of course, there's only going to be 2 because they're bigger. If you get yellow ones, you get 8 because they're really small. So anyway, just fucking with you, Dr. Law. Anyway, back to the Hawkins. Oh, wait, I got an alert from space.com. Solar wind lull expanded Mars atmosphere. Well, but at this rate, it'll only be a couple of years. We'll be able to live on Mars.
Tank of water and you swirl the water around. Is that water already contained in the fish tank?
Yes, but if you put a piece of paper in the fish tank, it's not going to contain the water around the paper. Now,
totally missed the fucking point, didn't he? A physical object created, albeit temporarily, a pressure. Why? Because the molecules were smashing against it as it moved through, or the medium moved across it. This guy, if you put a piece of paper in there, it'll become wet, dumbass.
Present your map, model, and measurements of your flat Earth.
Well, I'm first rebutting your wait. We're first rebutting your very ignorant statements here that paper's not an open container. Bernoulli's principle already debunked you just thanks on the movement of gas pressure over a surface area. That is the definition of containment. Gas hitting a surface wall. Are you going to concede then that you did not demonstrate gas pressure without containment?
No.
Now watch, he'll just sit there like a bitch and keep going. Bring your map measurements. Bring your map and measurements and model.
I demonstrated it perfectly, and you're not smart enough to understand it. Now present your map, model, and measurements.
No. We'll get to the maps and stuff. We're just having you to concede that if you are already in a contained system and you bring another open system inside the contained system with already pressurized air, get it? The air you used was already in a contained system. So you did not demonstrate gas pressure without containment. A matter of fact, all you did was demonstrate it with containment because Bernoulli's principle is strictly based on containment.
Your opinion and your inability to understand Bernoulli's principle and air pressure is irrelevant here. Now, present your map, model, and measurements of your flat Earth.
What does
And that's as far
PSI
as I'm
stand
going.
for, Shawn?
You will not get another word from me until you present.
Are you running? Are you running from your? Remember, I said yes. Bring gas pressure out containment demonstration. You have not done so, so I'm rebutting it. Then we can move on to any map and model you so please. But right now, I am rebutting your argument. Do you know what pounds per square inch is?
He won't answer shit now. Watch, he's just going to sit there like a little bitch. He knows he didn't do it. He knows that he fucked up.
This is all the guys got, guys. This is the
I'm waiting.
intelligent Shawn
I'm waiting
Hawkins.
for you. I'm waiting for you. I did my presentation. I proved it perfectly. Now I'm waiting for you.
You didn't prove it. That's the whole point. You didn't demonstrate what you said you're going to demonstrate. You demonstrated against what you said you would demonstrate. Do you know what PSI means, Shawn?
I think Sean's estrogen levels are like through the roof, man.
PSI? Pounds per square inch? Can you tell everybody what does
Yes, I
pounds per
do.
square
Now
inch mean?
make your presentation.
What does pounds per square inch mean, Shawn?
You can't do it, can you? You can't do it. You can't.
You haven't
present have a model
demonstrated
and
gas
measurements
pressure without
for flat Earth,
containment.
can you?
If you
concede
listen,
that you're not able
Shawn,
to.
Shawn,
Concede
if
that
you
you're not
concede,
able to.
if you concede that you can't demonstrate gas pressure without containment, I'm more than happy to move on to the maps.
Already did. You
didn't.
Your ignorance is irrelevant.
All he did was he demonstrated that he blows. Okay, that's what he demonstrated. That Shawn Hawkins blows. That's boom. That was it. Blew across a piece of paper. That was slightly better than McToon's fucking column of air that he had, or whatever the fuck that was he was trying to demonstrate. Yeah, I mean, that'd be like being in a pool, right? And you're underwater and you go, oh, look, I have a ball of water in my hands. No, you don't really at all. That's stupid. And I think didn't McToon, he tried to run that fucking shit too with his little pond that he made that he had to draw to look like Cookie Monster because he's a fucking estrogen laden little bitch.
How's it ignorance? Explain to everybody how it's not containment.
I'm done.
Explain to everybody how it's not containment, Shawn.
Renee, he says, look at his face. And on Shawn, I love that this perplexed look that fucking Flatsoid was getting, man. He's like, what in the hell is this guy showing? But yeah, that little, I'm not going to say another word. I'm just going to sit here. I won, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that look. I know. You fucking asshole. This guy. What a dude. Oh, come on, little circle of despair. Stop.
You're saying I'm ignorant, so explain how it's ignorance. Explain how it's not containment. Hello? Waiting.
No, I already did. I'm waiting on you, man.
To explain how I'm ignorant that Bernoulli's
I already
principle
did.
does not require containment.
Present. I already did. Present. Your denial,
we are
your
rebutting.
reversal on me is
There's
not
no
a
reversal.
rebuttal. It's
So
not
in
a
other
rebuttal.
words,
You reverse.
so in other words, you
reverse
can't
everything,
concede.
Flatsoid. Present.
So in other words, you can't concede that you cannot demonstrate gas pressure without containment. Instead, you would say, I am ignorant, I don't understand. And when I say, okay, then explain it, you just keep quiet.
I already did. Present.
You haven't presented your evidence yet for gas pressure without containment. So we can't move on. Another question. When you
look at that. That's a screenshot. That's a scared dude. That's a dude who lives in a lot of fear.
took in that breath of air, into your lungs. Was that contained? That would be a yes, Sean.
No, I'm
when
not,
you blew that,
I'm not playing your games, Flatzoid. Present.
I am presenting. I'm presenting how what a numbskull you are, then you don't understand anything that you present.
No, you're not presenting your map and model and measurements of your flat Earth. Present
I am
now,
more than happy
please.
to do so once you concede.
See, and this is the thing. He won't concede to it because it was dumb. Just like McToon. He's going to sit there with his stupid shit, man. And this is the thing with these guys. He knows full well. So you what are you trying to say then? That okay, so that in the context of us having an atmosphere without containment is what? There's somebody blowing across the earth? Is that what or there's a wind that's happening or something? What the fuck are you talking about? See this guy. Wow. They'll just reach and reach and reach and reach for whatever they can fucking grab up. Come on, you son of a biscuit eater.
Remain quiet while you
I'm
present
more
your
than
proof.
happy to do so. Once you concede, you have not demonstrated gas pressure without containment.
Oh, I will never concede anything to you, Flatzoid, ever. You lie about me constantly. You lied about me manipulating the photo dishonestly. I proved that you lied. Now make your presentation.
So again, gas pressure without containment. Can you please demonstrate it, Sean? Everybody's just waiting for you to answer. It's as simple as that. Is it a yes or no? Can you demonstrate it or not? If you say yes, demonstrate it. Because what you did was demonstrate.
Now, look at what he just did. He took a little container and he put it up to a container, his mouth, and he struck a little wheel on another container that had gases in it that made fire. He then drew in smoke and pulled it into another set of containers, his lungs, and then finally will expel it out into this container that we're in. Watch. If I can ever get loose of the circle of death.
Bernoulli's principle, which by definition requires containment.
No, it doesn't. And you saying that is hilarious. Now present.
What's the surface area, Sean?
I already proved it. Your denial is not a rebuttal. Now, back your claim.
Again, can you bring up the Bernoulli's principle equation, please? Will you bring up the Bernoulli's principle equation on screen for everybody? No, because you know it's going to show it requires containment, correct? You know what I find very...
He's like 12. He acts like he's about fucking 12 years old. Look at that. Nope, not gonna do it. Nope. La 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 la, like some kind of a little fucking kid. I don't even know why we bother with these fucking idiots. Here we go. God,
astonishing. The guy that claims I'm ignorant doesn't even know what Bernoulli's principle really says.
No, I know what it says. I know what it is.
What does it say?
How it works. Now present.
What does it say? What does it say? What does it say? Waiting, Sean. What does it say?
You've had 8 years to come up with a map and model and measurements of your flat Earth. Present it, boy.
Again, we'll get to the map and model as soon as you have conceded you're not able to demonstrate gas pressure without containment. Then we can move on. It's as simple as that. Or you can just demonstrate gas pressure without containment as you said you can. Because if you can't, then it makes you a liar. Because you said you can.
Oh, calling me a liar again.
Did you not say you can demonstrate gas pressure without containment?
Present your map, model, and measurements of flat Earth.
Did you not say you can demonstrate gas pressure without containment?
Right, already did. Present.
No, you didn't. You presented a model that specifically requires containment. So again, please, can you demonstrate gas pressure without containment? or concede that you can't, then we can move on to your models that you want to be demolished on as well.
I'm not going to play your word games, Flatzoid.
There's
I'm not
no
going to play
word
your
games.
little
It's
games.
just straight out
Yes,
asking you
it
a
is.
simple question.
You want everyone to concede to you when you're ignorant. You don't know physics. You
Explain
do
how I'm
not
ignorant.
understand it. Now
Go,
present.
explain. Explain why I'm ignorant based on Bernoulli's principle. Go ahead.
He won't talk. Watch, he won't fucking
think
talk.
this is
I'm not going to do this, Flatzoid.
How am I ignorant?
You are going to present your map model and measurements, or the debate's over.
So he wants to just blow across a piece of paper, say that's that. I don't have to back it up, even though I'm trying to invoke Brunelli's principle, which I can bring that up on the screen. Flatzoid is fully correct in what he's saying. Dipshit knows that, and that's why he don't want to bring it up. He wants to jump onto this because he's a one-trick pony. Well, the bottom line to this is, go ahead, ask me for a map. There is no map. You know the map I'll present to you? I'll present to you the azimuthal equilateral projection map that is used universally by shipping companies, the United States government, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. What a great way. All of these people use the exact same map. Nobody, once they get into a region, then they have smaller maps of that particular region that they go by that are more accurate. And they do that. Why? Because it is more accurate. The bottom line is there are no accurate maps. And the reason is, and I believe, is because they are hiding fucking land. Okay? This is why we have restricted zones. And I'm not just talking about in the north and the south. I'm talking about there's other areas of restricted waters that you're not allowed to go to. They will blow you out of the water. So why do we have that? You see, you would figure they'd be able to do it. And it's not because we're on a fucking ball. And like I said, if the AE map is such an abomination, and all they did was they said, oh, well, they just flattened out a globe, then why don't you just flip it upside down and flip it up and flatten it from the south? Why don't we have those maps? You see? You would figure if that was a reason for inaccuracy, which then you would be able to compensate that as just as much with an AE projection map taken from the South Pole, right? So watch, people are going to start talking about this now. They always do. How you doing, Rocky?
All right.
Let's give a warm.
What's that? Does he got is that a map hanging up behind him?
What?
Look right behind him. Behind Shawn.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Might be some kind of Communist Manifesto flag.
It looks like a COVID.
Yeah, I don't know what that fucking shit is. I know he's into doing a lot of shit with electronics and guitars and shit like that. You know, I think he ought to just stick to it. What I really think, though, is that he got into some trouble just like the rest of these guys, and this was a deal to get out of it or to not get in as much trouble or something. Because I don't know, man. This guy just gives me that heebie-jeebie vibe, you know?
He's got that Hawkins last name. Hawkins? He's a Hawkins?
I don't know about all that, but, you know, I'm just saying. It's just...
oh. Is he like pretending to be like supporting the Hawkins theory or something?
No. You don't know about this guy?
No, he's a globe guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's using the wing. How is he using the wing? What does the wing have to do with? What was he trying to prove with the wing? I don't understand it.
All right, so that was supposed to be his demonstration of air pressure without containment. And apparently he doesn't understand an air pressure system.
That's how a carburetor works. It's also how a carburetor works.
Well, it's Brunelli's principle, which is a requirement of containment. That wing acting as a surface that fluid is passing over. It's a physical thing.
Yeah, it makes the air above it kind of, I don't know, lighter or something.
technically the air above the wing is the air above the wing is temporarily contained away from the air underneath the wing. That's all. And it's not even it's a stupid demonstration.
I know it's a wing. It causes lift. That's what a wing does.
Yeah.
Bird wings, they cause lift. Don't have nothing to do with whatever he's talking about.
No. Now he's wanting to jump over to something else because he don't want to talk about it anymore. He's got some kind of a thing he wants to do. And I always know what it was. They always want to argue about fucking Australia. Okay. And I ain't going to argue about Australia. I don't know a fucking thing about Australia. I ain't never been. Okay.
I took flying lessons and we learned all that shit. Has nothing to do with whatever he's talking about. And we always flew straight and level, you know. We never counted for the Earth's rotation or shit like that.
Well, it's Flatzoid has got is like I am. Look, you got this second law of thermodynamics. Okay, you can't even have that air for that fucking wing to work in without a container. It has to be contained, or it's not going to fucking exist. You understand?
Yeah.
And so he's trying to right. Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. So what Shawn and so he's saying Flatzoid said to show a gas pressure system or an air pressure without containment. And so there he goes blowing across that thing. That's a temporary change in pressure, but still due to a physical object. We're talking about and it's dependent upon the air moving. It's dependent upon the air moving. In no way could that even be close to equated to something that would hold gas against a fucking vacuum. Okay. That's where he's at with this. Here we go with that fucking thing again.
Oh, so you're running away. Can you please
No, I'm
present
waiting
us?
on you to back your claim, man. You never back up your claim. You never back up your claim. I'm waiting on you, man. Nobody
Dude, we
holds your
haven't
feet to the fire, and you always avoid it. Now, present.
We
I'm
haven't
not going to let you get
passed-
away with this. I'm not going to let you get away with this.
We haven't passed you demonstrating gas pressure containment yet. I'm more than happy to move on to maps and models as soon as you've conceded that you can't demonstrate it or you just demonstrated.
Right. You don't have a map and model and measurement. You don't. You can't present, can you? Because you don't have it. I already did.
Test me, Shawn.
Turn. Your turn.
Test me, Shawn.
Your turn. Do
yes.
it, boy.
After
Do it.
you've gone, listen,
Present it.
I'm more than happy to present.
I already
Listen.
presented. Now it's your turn.
No, what you did was present.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, he's pretending to be a
I want you to
too.
present without the necessary antecedent of containment. Okay? Once you've done that, I'm more than happy to move on to models and maps as you really want. So the only one that's stopping this from progressing is you, Shawn, because you're being too dishonest just to say, yes, I'm sorry, I can't demonstrate what I claimed I can.
No, your lack of understanding of physics is what's preventing you from continuing, Flatfoot. And
Okay, this is the sixth time I'm gonna ask you that.
dishonesty in calling me a liar when you don't understand physics. Say, now present. Your turn.
Okay, then that's going to be the sixth time I'll ask you, Shawn. You're saying I'm ignorant, I don't understand. So explain why I'm ignorant and don't understand. Go ahead.
He might be, John Hawkins might be Illumitomi's dealer.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Can you imagine those two guys hanging out, man?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a biscuit eater.
It's an old Tommy.
No worry, guys. All that this show is actually showing is Shawn Hawkins is nothing but an ignorant, self-projecting fool.
Oh, you fucking thing. God dang.
Who doesn't know anything that he talks about. That's all this is showing. So this is actually just to laugh upon him. I'm waiting, Shawn. Come on. Yes, Slip Radar. It's an open container. So Shawn is incorrect. Containment.
How much does he get paid to do this shit?
I don't know. Maybe he just gets to stay out of trouble. You know,
maybe you should stop smoking.
God bless it. What the fuck is going on with this thing?
Smoking less weed and actually listen to when a person talks, Shawn. It might help.
Dude, I've stayed stoned 24 hours a day, and I'm still smarter than you. Now present.
Well, then prove it. Yeah. Prove you're smarter than me. What does Bernoulli's principle state, Shawn?
Dude, I've proven it on every video I've made.
Prove it. What does Bernoulli's principle state, Shawn?
Not going to do it. Not going to play your games.
Oh, so you don't know, Shawn. What's Bernoulli's principle's equation?
He could have by this time at least fucking Googled it and had some kind of an idea, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, my Google acted up when he said that shit. When I said that. When I said the word.
See, guys, this is all we get for Shawn. This is like anybody can. I don't know. I guess I can get a dog that's gonna do debates better than Shawn Hawkins. Shawn, come on, we're waiting. This is your time to shine. Demonstrate gas pressure without containment.
So Flatzoid is saying that the firmament proves containment. It's got
that there has to be a firmament or containment because otherwise you wouldn't have any fucking gas pressure. You wouldn't have any air pressure.
You wouldn't have no air.
That's right.
Airways set 14.7 pounds per square inch at sea level.
Right.
The higher you go in elevation, the less you have to adjust your carburetor sometime because of elevation. Because of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That just proves that there's a container holding air. Because if there was no container, then the air would go out in space. You got to have something.
Hey, there's Natasha Jones is here too. Good. We got Chronic Enlightenment is here. I got a few other people who've shown up. Aaron White. Let me see who else came in here. Sean Alkey's with us. Let's see who I got. No Longer on the Ball showed up. Michelle, also known as Naikas, is here with us. Lisa Marie is with us here tonight too. Let me see. Just go through. Angela's here. Kim Ray. And Mojo. Good to see you, Moj. I think that's all I can see so far. There's a good amount of people in here. 42 we're dealing with. Somebody said, Natasha said he looks so serious. You talking about Shawn? He looks like his asshole itches. That's what he looks like. I don't know, man. The dude always looks like he's angry. He talks like he's angry. He acts angry. He's just all the time. He can't say anything without being a shit, you know?
Okay. Yeah, they say move on and come back to it. You see, the problem is if we move on, then he's never going to try and come back.
It's hiding something.
Because this is how these guys work. They can't back up their claims.
Yeah,
so they want to move away from it.
It's nervous. It's twitching.
So I'm waiting, Shawn. You said I'm ignorant. So explain how we're ignorant to Bernoulli's principle, please.
Oh, shit. It's nervous.
Waiting, Shawn.
Come on, Shawn, say something. God damn it.
Is pressure involved in Bernoulli's principle, Shawn Hawkins?
I can defend it better.
Is it or not?
I just say there's a bubble up there somewhere. So.
Well, while Shawn Hawkins sits there and tries to figure out what he's going to do because he can't concede, I'll just say hi to everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming. Please remember to share the show, hit the likes, and let's expose this fool Shawn Hawkins for what he is, a clown that actually is a self-projecting ignorant fool. That's about it. Yeah, deflect, divert, and deny. That's all he has. If you want, you can ask Phil Bell to come and help you because he thinks Thomas don't sink. And he also sings, oh, look, black, so therefore space.
Goddamn smokers.
Natasha said the Muppet dude. That's who she was talking about. And I automatically, it's time to put on makeup.
Do you know that gas pressure gradients come after the pressure existing, Sean? Check it laughing, guys. It's delta X. Do you know what delta X means, Sean?
Delta X.
Do you know what delta X means, Sean? Yeah, this Oren is pretty intense for 5:30 in the morning. I agree. So, Sean,
Is that fucking thing? God bless America.
waiting. Do you know what delta X means?
AI is letting you all have time to look it up on your computers. I'm going to look at it.
You know, this isn't much of a debate if you're just going to sit there and cower away like the coward you are.
No, I'm waiting on your evidence, man. Present it. Done with the conversation. Present.
You haven't presented gas pressure without containment yet. Like you said you would. Yeah, 60-year-old man showed the mentality of a 12-year-old. I think a 12-year-old might have more mentality than him, guys.
More mental maturity. I can guarantee you that. 12-year-old would have more mental maturity than this guy. I mean, the way he acts.
He's thinking gravity right now. Imagine.
Yeah, he's right now. He's like, oh, he wants to say gravity. But he'll put the ever-present F-bomb in there with it. See? Did you see these that I got, Rocky?
No, what's that?
It's an F-bomb. It's an F-bomb.
Fart bomb.
No, an F-bomb. You know, that's what they call when somebody says the F word. They say, oh, he's dropping F-bombs all over the place. Man, you need to start hanging out with the cool kids so you can know our lingo.
I'm 10 years older than you guys.
I know. You're about 110 years older than me, man. That's fucking old, bro. You an old motherfucker.
Well,
Sean has convinced me.
Fart bombs now that climate change fart bomb.
So, guys, this is what the globe has. Absolutely sweet bugger all. Claims to present gas pressure containment when the whole presentation was about needing containment, not understanding what surface area means, not understanding what PSI means, and when asked to please present it or concede you can't present it, laughs and stays on mute.
They never explained that, though, you know.
So waiting.
They never did explain that in school.
Come on, Sean.
Never did explain what?
When you learned that atmospheric pressure is 14.6, they didn't tell you because there was a dome up there holding the air in. They just told you that's what it weighs. It's what it weighs.
It's all right. So the thing is that, like, I'm careful. You got to be
now
careful.
I understand. Now I understand.
You got to be careful about claims, right? So what we have to understand is that the claim is the ridiculous claim of the Earth is a globe spinning around in a void, somehow magically holding air to it and water while it hurls and wobbles and flies and spins through the galaxy.
Okay, when I was 10 years old, I was 10 years old, I learned how to scuba dive. And so they taught you air pressure, 1 atmospheric pressure is, and then your scuba tank has to have, because the deeper you go down, the more pressure. It's the opposite. When you go up, the less pressure. It's like the opposite. But in order to breathe under pressure, you need more atmospheric pressure to keep your lungs full. And so they didn't tell us that the reason why the 14.7 pounds weighs that much is because it's in a container, you know.
Right. Well, that's the only way that it could exist, is if it's in a container. Just like with the ocean is in a container. Any large body of water like that is in a container. It's in the basin. Okay. No, there isn't a top. There's no need for a top. because of the fact that the water is denser than the air above it, so it's going to be beneath it. However, the water does exchange into the air and then back again through a process we call respiration. This is why you can't compare a like a scuba tank so much to our Atmos, because of the fact that this is a dynamic pressure system. Okay, and there are many variables at play. You have temperature, for one. Okay, that's a big one. There's a lot, and these different temperature differentials these different temperature differentials cause different pressure differentials due to the expansion and contraction of the gases in our atmosphere, and they interact with one another in an attempt at equalization, and it expresses itself in what we call weather. That's just all there. That's it. You can't to demonstrate that, you would have to.
Atmospheric pressure, the biggest variable is elevation.
Right. Well, the same thing is if you're at the bottom of the ocean, the pressure is greater than it is toward the surface, isn't it? It's a contained body of fluid, okay, whether it be liquid or gas. And so because you have a contained, that's why it's built up like that. It's trying to equalize. Yeah,
I understand.
I'm proving to the world that you have no map, model, and measurements for your flat Earth.
I am
proving
more than
how
happy
empty
to
a
move
drum
on
you
to.
are.
Listen,
And you
Shawn,
keep
for the
you
10th
keep
time now.
interrupting me. You keep
10th
interrupting
time.
me, which is
10th
hilarious.
time. I'm more than
I'll go
happy
on
to
mute
move
while
on
you
to maps
present.
and models. Once you concede, you cannot demonstrate gas pressure without containment, or you go and just actually demonstrate it. Then we can move on to maps and models. I am more than happy to do so. Everybody can hear me? We can move on to maps and models. If Shawn Hawkins concede he cannot demonstrate gas pressure without containment, or he goes and actually does the demonstration of gas pressure without containment. It's as simple as that. The only person that doesn't want us to progress is you, Shawn.
Your denial is meaningless to me. Your opinion
There's
is
no
meaningless.
denial.
I already did. Now present.
Again, you did not present what you said you would. Bernoulli's principle specifically requires containment.
That is a lie. You just
What does
lied,
surface area
Flatzoid.
mean, Shawn?
You just lied, Flatzoid.
What does surface area mean, Shawn? What's surface area, Shawn? He doesn't know what surface area is. He doesn't know what PSI is. He doesn't know what containment is. I'm surprised he even knows that how to actually use his pipe, guys. That's amazing.
And the pipe is a good demonstration of containment. Using there was a whole series of containers I just illustrated a minute ago when he did that are being used and implemented in that little process right there. He doesn't get it. That it requires containment for a vacuum. It requires containment for a gas pressure. So I'm sorry, man.
It requires containment to fly a kite.
So waiting, Shawn, what does surface area mean? What is surface area? You're supposed to be educating this ignorant fool here. What is surface area, Shawn? Shawn, didn't you blow bubbles when you were a kid?
Come on, you son of a biscuit eater.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you a question, Shawn. When exactly was your father in the military? I'm trying to figure out dates. Are you able to answer this? Because I'm trying to figure out, because you said he used the Nike Hercules missile, which came out in 1959.
Yeah.
Was he in where was he stationed then?
He was stationed in Crown Point, Indiana. Right. So we lived in Crown Point, Indiana. He was a he manned a silo for a NORAD when we were stationed there because he was an S2. He's just a butter bar starting out. That's what they give you when you're a butter bar just starting out. When you're air defense artillery, they give you a shit position like that. But yeah, he served from 58 to 80 something. So present, your turn. Go ahead.
Nice. And when were you in commission there? Because you said you were in Germany.
Yeah, I was in Germany in 81 or 82, something like that, 83.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's your turn. Present.
I'm still waiting for you to finish your gas pressure.
I already did, man. Concede.
Okay, so the Hercules missile, does it require containment for that gases, Shawn?
No, but the firing solution requires to calculate curvature and spin.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely.
That's not true at all. That's a fucking lie. It doesn't require for that at all. Come on, you.
Yes,
no, it doesn't.
Oh, yes, it does. Absolutely
again,
does.
Again,
Yeah,
containment.
Now, show your map, model, and measurements of your flat Earth.
Shawn, so with the surface area, so with this,
I'm not playing your little game.
Surface area.
With the surface area, so with the surface,
I'm not playing your game.
So with the surface area of that,
like surface
rocket.
area.
What, Rocky?
Is he talking like surface area? Is that like the area on a wing, surface area?
Yes. You know, when you're talking, people can't hear this fucking dialogue taking place.
It was freaking turning around.
Yeah.
Trying to get a word in, trying to follow the flatzoids thing.
Have you checked out? Are you subscribed to his channel?
No.
Oh, you should check it out. I got a link down in the description to this video right here. But subscribe to Flatzoid's channel. He's he comes on every day about 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time.
I don't watch the chat when I'm in here because I'll get over there. Check it out.
But yeah, it's down in the description of the video too. I put to this debate right here, but that's on his channel. So yeah, go over there and subscribe. He's pretty good shit.
This guy Shawn doesn't know shit about the Air Force. I can tell he's talking shit. SAC Air Command was in Epley Air Base in Omaha, Nebraska. SAC Strategic Air Command.
Well, yeah, I think he's mostly full of shit. And this is what I think about all these guys. I think they got in trouble, and I think to keep their asses out from getting in any more trouble or whatever, some kind of an agreement that they've made with some kind of a authoritative source, that this is why they're out there. Because as much as this guy gets fucking hammered, as much as this guy gets destroyed, he still persists and continues on. Almost, and it's like, dude, give it up. Every time, every attempt you make, you suck. And I can't see where, you've really proven the globe anywhere at all. And
you really think he's being blackmailed?
Yeah, he just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on. And it's like, yeah, it's like that McToon, the rest of these fucking guys, man. I'm like, you know what? I think they're working out a deal. That's what I think.
They got something on him, blackmailing him.
Blackmailing him, or even kind of an unofficial plea agreement of some kind, They
do look kind of shady.
Yeah, they are. They all are.
Shady characters.
Give differences in how it works.
Ain't none of them look like anybody I'd leave alone in a room full of kids. I can tell you that right now.
Right. What has he got in his hand?
Would the rocket work without having surface area, Shawn? Can a rocket work without the rocket surface area existing, Shawn?
He won't answer. He can't answer. We got hang on a second here. 1 fucking minute.
He don't even know what surface area is.
Yeah, Harmon, come up. No, what it is, Rock, is he knows that his demonstration was pitiful at best. Okay. And that he did not fulfill the requirements that he said he was going to fulfill. Okay. And so now he just wants to wave it off like I did my part. Now come up, because he's got something about maps and this bullshit. And I'm out to tell you, just like I tell everybody else, nobody has an accurate map. Nobody does. Okay. That's all there is to it. Nobody does. And I also want people to ponder on this. The world uses an azimuthal equilateral projection. Some of you know it as the Gleason's map. Okay.
That one.
They use the azimuthal equilateral projection. All right. But notice that if it's such a problem in the South, then why on earth don't they have an AE map projected from the South Pole to use in the Southern Hemisphere? Don't you think they would have something like that? Why is it always one based on the North?
You know what I think about how they hide land in the South is because you're on a ball, it makes it, the magnetic things go like this, but on the flat map it goes like this. So there's all that extra land hiding. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like on a ball, the magnetic is mapped like this on a ball, but the magnetic really goes like this, and it expands out from north. It goes from north to south. And so on the ball, you can hide a bunch of land, not have to account for it. So they know it's like this, so they can hide a bunch of land in the south.
Well, you could hide a bunch of land in the area they call the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
You know,
a bunch of shit.
I mean, that's a big expanse of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, where nobody goes. There's restricted waters. There's all kinds of shit, you know. So
the only way to find out is to get a sailboat, go check it out, I guess.
I reckon. So what's going on, Harmon?
No, I just want to say something about Shawn real quick. You know, he's been around since ever, right? You know.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, but he used to spit all the time. You know, he used to sit there and spit his sunflower seeds and just spit. You know, I guess whoever handles him made him quit doing that. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. He literally just would sit there and spit on the floor. Just keep spitting. He spit all the freaking time. He's so disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, so this channel I'm on now, this new channel, I've had it for 4 years, but it's been, and I've never used it, right? So the last 2 days are the first 2 days I've used it. And the reason I made it, I put a video on there about the moon cooling, right? No one knew I had the channel. I didn't advertise it. I didn't do anything. Within 4 hours on my channel, which is called Flat Earth Outlaws, I got a text from this. I mean, I got a message from him saying, oh, the moon doesn't do that, you know, whatever. And how could he get it within 2 to 3 hours? So that's my proof or evidence supporting that he is a paid shill. Someone, because he's not that literate, I'm telling you, whoever does the algorithms gave it to him, and he texted me. I'm not text me, but message my channel.
Yeah. Put a comment on it.
Yeah, within 4 hours.
Holy
Brand new channel, never been used, never, just virgin. Never contacted anyone out of it. I never texted anybody from it. And within 4 hours, he had a comment in my section.
Just right up out of the blue. No shit.
And that happened almost 4 years ago. So whatever he's doing, I like your thing that he's paying off a crime or something, but he definitely is connected, and there's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
so why anybody wants to debate him, I don't get it.
Well, he's easy.
But it has no point.
But he's usually the one that comes out and he's wanting to challenge people to these debates and whatnot all the time.
That's his job.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I mean, come on, think about it. 4 hours he puts it on a comment there. That tells you how in the hell. I mean, you know, it's wild. Whatever. I'd like to know the algorithm they have that they can do that.
Well, he come on my channel one night and he said, you know, Atmos doesn't mean gas. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, it means air. And I said, okay. And I said, is air a gas? He said, no. And I'm like, what? Wait a second. Air is comprised of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. We have trace amounts of argon. You notice these are all gases, right? And so this mixture of gases, which is still a gas, we call air.
I got an air compressor. I got an air compressor.
Cool.
And you pump air into your oxygen tanks and you increase the pressure. You're holding the gas in there.
Right.
Okay, you say you pump air into a tank.
Yeah, a scuba tank. You fill it up with air. You have to have air. You don't want anything.
It's not oxygen, it's air.
Right, right. Oh,
air.
oxygen burn your lungs.
They do sell 100% oxygen tanks for your selling torch, but they do have to have air in a scuba tank. Regular old air. Yeah. So it proves it's a gas. It proves it's a gas.
Oh,
well, that's the whole point. It's everybody knows this, but he was going to argue. And when I took him through that whole point and said, so it's comprised of gases, which means it's a gas, right? Air is a gas. And he got pissed off and rage quit. And he hasn't been back since. I mean, he's left a few comments, you know, in the chat from time to time, but, you know, fuck him.
Hello, Angela, in the chat. She's saying hi to us.
Hello.
Howdy.
Angela Baby Carson, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got in an argument with her.
So it's a flat.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you win?
I think so. Her name, you know, Angel. Yeah, like she's an angel or something. I don't think she's an angel. I don't think she's an angel.
So anyway, this is what I think is interesting about it, though, Dave, is David Crome says that debates as a whole has no point. It's always the same. What it is, and especially when it's not with a dipshit like Shawn, it, I think, gives it, when it's done properly, it gives the opportunity for both sides of the argument to present their most logical points that they can, to go ahead and add refutation to the other person's points, you know, each one like that. And what that benefits for is not to change this dipshit's mind over here or any such thing. What it is that the people watching it can listen to the two sides of the argument. And if somebody's on the fence, they're not sure, you know, they've never wondered about it before, they can take these points into account and make their own decision. You know, too often, though, it comes out to be like a team sport. You know?
Well, I like Dave's format. He goes on, finds the creators. Where he likes to get non-flat Earth creators, and you know they let him have the floor.
Yep, pretty good stuff there.
And I think that's effective.
Yeah,
at least it seems to be.
Hey, listen, I've got that app, and I get a notification every time somebody joins that friend finder thing on there, right?
Oh, do you really?
And I hear my phone go pop, pop, pop all the time, all day long. I'll hear that thing going off, and I'm like, oh my God, every time that does that, that means another person's on there. Now, I know that that's only a percentage of the people out there that are actually flat earthers. That's just a percentage. So I look at it, that's like, if it's growing on there, it's growing exponentially outside of there as well.
So everybody that pops on that means it's a flat earther.
Now they are apparently, or they wouldn't be on it.
You talking about a blue dot?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about blue dot.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
Not buying the app, but actually they just signed up for the friend finder part.
Right.
I mean,
right.
they got the app.
I
I
think
understand
that's what it says. I think that's what it is. I'll grab my phone here. Oh, it's right here.
I don't
Damn,
know how
everything's black. Let me look at it real quick. I think it says. Let me see in my notes. I know I've gotten one in the last couple of hours. Oh no, new users. Every time somebody's a new user on it.
New user.
Yep. And
User of what? What are they using?
Drugs.
I think it might be a blue dot, because I think if you just buy the app, you can't do the blue dot or anything like that. It's just somebody who because you can't really do any chatting or anything when you just get it for $3.
No, I think it's like $1 a month or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's nice that it's happening. Whatever's happening, it's a positive.
I haven't had a cell phone for so long. I don't know what they do anymore.
I don't know. The internet's gonna go down though, because there's a hole in the sun and the fucking Chinese hacking and all this other dumb shit.
Well,
but
that's the latest gossip.
This is crazy, man. This is within 80-mile radius of me right now. And I don't know. Can you see this?
No, it blacks out. It disappears when you do that.
Yeah, let me turn it right.
Right there. I almost had it. Right there. Oh, back again.
Damn it.
No,
fucking green screens.
Yeah, it's a green screen.
Anyway, it's huge amount.
Estimate how many?
Oh, I don't know. I done shut it down now.
Okay, I was wondering if you could estimate how many was in your area. I only got within 50 miles. I only have like one person.
All right. Oh, I see him growing around me here in my little area, and I think I'm responsible partly for that because I'm telling people about that thing all the time. You know, so it's pretty cool.
Does it work on a computer? That app?
No.
No,
there's no desktop version to it. Anyway, let's get back into this. Let's watch this circle.
No, that's right. No, I agree. No, it can't. Do you know the rocket also requires Bernoulli's principle to function, Sean? You know the aerodynamics. You know why it's shaped a specific way because of aerodynamics. Do you understand that, Sean? You know why? I thought you were the smart one. Yeah, come on, tell us. Yeah, props to Sean for not actually presenting anything. Exactly.
Any of you have ever had teenagers? Any of you old enough to have had teenage kids when they get all insolent and shit? This is exactly how they act, just like how he is right there. Yep. Whatever. I swear to God.
I wouldn't let mine do that shit.
The guy presents gas pressure requires containment and then says I'm ignorant. I say, okay, explain how. And he just refuses to explain.
Yeah,
Kevlar,
he didn't really explain anything.
He's just playing baby diaper here. Grown as baby on screen. That's all we see.
I haven't seen Shawn forever, so he's just
I think it's the 11th time now. I'm more than happy.
What is it?
He's callous now. I haven't seen him for years on the internet, right? Because I haven't followed him at all, Shawn.
Yeah.
And he's just grown callous to this now after all these years. Back in 16 and 17, he'd be mad, screaming, doing all kinds of crap, Now it's just, give me my money. I'm putting my time in.
Yeah, he got all pissy on my show, and he does that most of the time. But he's not doing nothing here because he knows that he thinks he's got a gotcha. See, I did that. Now show me your thing because I want to talk about the maps. I'd love to talk about fucking maps with this idiot. I would love to. I'll get right into it with this dumbass. Right?
The thing is, I think
maps and more.
I said, I think he believes you. He just has to play the devil's advocate. I really think he believes you. I think he knows 100%.
Oh, they have to. They have to.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, he might be actually that stupid.
He's a good actor if he is, isn't he?
Yeah. But I mean, some of these guys, man, I'm like, no way. You know better. You fucking know better. As much time as you've had been exposed to this shit and comparing your globe information to the impossibility of it, that you haven't come to this conclusion. Of course you have. You have to do this. You're under some kind of an obligation to do this. That's all I can see it as, that there's under obligation, like you were saying. And I don't know. It's just, I trust my gut, man. That's what my gut tells me with these guys, that this is an obligation.
Models, if you just concede you cannot present gas pressure without containment, or you actually go out and present it, demonstrate it. Come on, wait.
Come on, man.
What's going
Google's
on?
not going to help you, Shawn. I thought you're supposed to know this.
Google's not going to help you, Shawn.
74 people watching how Shawn Hawkins can't talk.
Shawn Hawkins.
Anyway, guys, thanks all for coming. Please hit the likes, share the show. Really appreciate everybody here. You guys rock. 77 people watching, Shawn. Come on, everybody's waiting for you to explain Bernoulli's principle and how it doesn't require containment. Because you said I'm ignorant to it, so explain how Bernoulli...
He's got them little beady fucking eyes, man.
Dead eyes.
Yeah, man.
They're dead. There's no soul.
Nope. Wow.
This principle does not require containment, where the whole principle is based on surface area and gas pressure.
Wow, you almost made me spit out my coffee, man. Now it's your turn.
Okay, so your coffee, is that contained in a cup?
They're contained in a cup.
Yeah, you see, he's got nothing. He's literally...
Of course it's contained in a cup. It has to be, right? God,
he's got nothing, guys. This is the whole problem. He wants to talk a big game, but he absolutely has bugger all. He's just here to waste everybody's time. Come on, Shawn Hawkins. I've got an actual serious debate at 3 a.m. So I don't want to waste my time with this. Come on, you got more than this. I want to also move on to maps and models. Because if you think you're struggling now, wait till we do get to maps and models. Waiting, Shawn. You want maps and models? Concede you can't demonstrate gas pressure without containment. Do you know what Dalton's law is, Shawn?
He's fucking caught. He's caught because he wants to go on to maps and models so bad, but he doesn't. He also doesn't want to concede that he did not demonstrate gas pressure without containment. He doesn't want it. He's caught in a pickle. See?
He's trying to asking him, what's he asking him now? The Duncan theory?
No. He had pay attention.
I thought he said something about Dunkin' Donuts or something.
He did. That's what they're talking about, donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Do you know what Dalton's law is, Shawn? Or how about the ideal gas law? What about Avogadro's law? Or wait, what is the Boltzmann's constant, Shawn? Which formula do you guys use for your atmospheric pressure to 100 kilometers from the level Earth surface? Come on, Shawn, waiting. Waiting, Shawn. This is going to take long.
Donuts.
Yeah, we only live in 3-dimensional, Phil.
So he's
there's no really such thing as 2 dimensions. You can mathematically show 2 dimensions, but it doesn't make it actual real. It just means you're ignoring a dimension. 3-dimension is the only reality, because we are 3-dimensional beings.
3-dimensional beings.
Waiting, Shawn. Wow.
3-dimensional beans. I'm like lima beans and
fucking
pinto beans. They all have 3 dimensions.
Oh, we've got a lively debate tonight, guys. Shawn Hawkins.
God bless us.
Speaks the most he's ever spoken of. Tsuka, gas pressure containment has got nothing to do with science. It's got to do with natural law, mate. Tell us how you don't know what science is. You know, everybody's sitting here laughing at you, Shawn. You do know, you literally, as you're sitting there, you're presenting gas pressure with containment. You're breathing in and out. See there, look. Hey, Lev, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Yo, Shawn, no Hawkins.
I'm just letting you talk, man. You're doing my job for me, proving how ignorant you are.
You're too dumb. I have to talk because you're too dumb.
Doing my job for me. That's an interesting way to put that. Doing my job for me. Isn't that interesting?
Like that guy on ISS that says, yeah, we're just across the United States from my home.
Yeah. Here's we got Dreamy in.
Yeah, that guy made that mistake on ISS, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Good evening, y'all.
What's happening, Gal?
Not a lot. This Shawn dude, he goes around and I noticed him on different platforms, not even just about one particular topic. But Shawn goes around and he will just say the opposite no matter what the topic is. So he's another joke, just saying.
Yeah, come on, Dreamy. You got kind of a crush on him, don't you?
Fuck that. He was the last man on earth, I'd kill him. Just saying. I wouldn't deal with him at all.
He's just disgusting.
Well, the thing is what I see when I see these type of people, they're not seeking anything other than to disrupt. They don't come to the table with any kind of knowledge of their own. And yet they just, like, I was on high frequency radio. He talks about public and private. So most of it's, what's law and lawful in public and private, and he's sitting there trying to argue with him in the comments. And that guy's pretty dang smart. I know a lot of the same stuff he knows. So, it's like he doesn't read. He doesn't add to any conversations, but he will sit there and call other people liars and what have you and tell them how wrong they are. But he never offers anything.
No. No.
And
if you watch his reaction videos to shit, it's just like, you stupid dumb fuck, and then he'll play like 2 minutes or less of something, and then he'll just go, it's because you deny science, you asshole, and shit like that. That's all he does,
these people are giving him time to speak and what have you, but everyone's going to get to the point where they don't give him any time because the fact that he brings nothing. It'd be different if he brought something to the table that nobody thought about. And I don't mind, people can believe what they want. It's not about changing anyone's mind. But to offer up like, well, what about this? Or what about that? How does this work? Or, you know what I mean? But this is just to be obnoxious. But Flapsoid is doing a pretty good job, I think, so far.
He does a pretty good job holding it together. The only time I've seen him ever flip shit is if somebody starts saying shit about his kids or something, you know.
Well, yeah.
And I can't blame that. So,
but I mean, how can you go around and waste your time? I mean, maybe he's lonely, you know, and it's just a way to get attention. Maybe he's just one of them attention seekers. It doesn't matter the topic. And the only way he gets attention is if it's negative attention, you know. So he'll start an argument to keep people bantering with him so he feels important. You know what I mean?
I don't understand how assholes don't understand that the reason they're lonely is because they're assholes. You know,
because he doesn't admit he's an asshole. Probably.
That's it.
I like a guy to say I'm just an asshole, you know, because he's being honest instead of one that'll, you know, sweet talk you this and that, and then later, a few months down the road, you find out he's worse asshole than all the assholes you ever knew.
Charles B says he's getting a Charlie Manson vibes off this guy. All right.
I don't know, something psychologically wrong with him.
I think so.
He's just a shill.
He's got the look. He darts his look around all the time. Like, are you buying what the fuck I'm saying? Type of look. You know, watch his eyes, how they shift around. He's shifty eyed.
Well,
he's probably watching TV.
How the hell can all these people that believe they live on a globe demand us to produce a model for them when they themselves never have had one? Never, ever. They've never had a working model in their lifetime or anybody's lifetime before they came along. And that's the whole thing. When you start seeing the bullshit, it should register up here if you have anything between your ears. Because there is no working model. There's never been a working model. All they did is give you some round ball with something on it and a picture. That's all the globe is. It's not a working model.
No.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. I'm going to get over here.
Just irritates me, you know?
Well, sure. I mean, he's an irritating person. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
I guess because I just think in common sense kind of terms, you know? And it's irritating that someone like that demand a working model when he himself has never seen a working globe model.
Right.
I like Lucky Haskins. He put some dirt in a pan, made a little mountain, and then poured water over it, showing exactly how water works. And that's the way it works every damn time. That's scientifically provable. You can't deny it.
Yeah, but he thinks it's in his brain, or is it stuck in his brain? Does he know the truth, or is he lying, or is he just brain dead? What is it? I don't know.
I kind of think he's just lying. I think he likes controversy, and he just likes to say the opposite of what other people say, and that's a psychological issue.
So this guy goes on other channels and argues about everything.
I've seen him on high frequency radio, and it has nothing to do with flat earth or anything like that. Dude don't even believe in it himself. He's just about law and, you know, how to set up your estate, public versus.
Oh yeah. Listen, this is common.
So Shawn Hawkins went on his platform, his channel, and he decided to start the same kind of banter and crap that he's doing to everyone here, whether it be Flatsoid or Sovereign or whoever. It's the same.
Where's he from? Where's he from?
California.
I have no idea. Oh,
California.
Okay, so here's that's a commonality that I see with these guys too. Okay. As that these globe haters or these globe shills, flat earth haters, whatever, they go on to these people that talk about common law, people that talk about asserting your First Amendment, any of that kind of shit. They're also they also go on now to detract from those as well. And this is another thing that's led me, because they all have this commonality. Okay. Team Skeptic mostly goes after what they call sovereign citizens now.
Right.
But he started out going after flat earth, and he still goes after flat earth to a degree. Okay. So all these guys out there, and they all have big channels, large number of subscribers and shit, you know, pretty professional fucking intros and that kind of shit.
Right.
And so I'm seeing this commonality. So when I see that
He's
you know,
pro
the head of the
commonality.
alphabet, God damn it, Rocky. So when
He's
I see
pro
that
commonality.
the head of the alphabet agencies is before the Congress, and they're asking him, what are you doing to curb this misinformation and shit? And he said, you know, we're putting more authoritative sources and content to the foreground. Well, also they're creating it through these guys. Okay.
Right.
This is part of that. These guys, that's why they ended up now, not so much with Shawn, but a lot of these guys, they got big, huge numbers. They got, you know, as far as subs, they get mad views. They're promoted to the top of the search when you go and look into the subject. Boom, that's who you're going to get right off the bat. Simon Dan, what have you. And that's what I'm saying. These guys are actually put out there by this platform.
I think the first time I seen Sean Hawkins was on a Cop Watch video, and he was being run amok, and I think he got booted out and blocked.
Yeah, probably real quick. Probably. But yeah,
Were you surprised? I apologize.
Go ahead.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised how many of these guys, like Conspiracy Cats and Simon Dan, and there were some all from England? It's like a whole hotbed of them.
Yeah.
It's just a huge number of them were from England.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of them on Twitter as well. Almost all of these globe trolls were UK on Twitter back a couple of years ago. And even to this day, now I'm seeing a bunch of them. They're supposedly out of Canada, but it was all of them had this bikini in their name too. There was like a whole farm of them and shit. I got kicked off of Twitter for exposing them, man.
I don't doubt it. Yeah.
Well, I think that they give the people in like the UK a really good dose of Kool-Aid. Probably in some ways more so than us, because Americans were kind of rebellious, where they kind of go along with the program. They're a lot like the Australians. They're extremely
compliant. They're compliant.
Well, yeah, because of the, you know, they just believe what they are told, you know. I mean, United States is bad, and I'm not saying we're any better, but it seems like it really comes down to how much that government feeds them and what they're feeding them.
Here's the way I'm with David Crome on this, and he's been and this is what I've been suggesting as well, even on Twitter. I even tell these idiots on Twitter, I'm like, you know, if you make everybody block you or everybody started ignoring you, you wouldn't have anything to do, right? You're all done. There goes your job. And I'm with him on that. I think I've pretty much figured out what they're about because of these patterns that I've seen amongst the different channels, what it is they actually go after. They're obviously, as Harmon pointed out, being fed this information as to who, hey, here's a new channel. I want you to go in here and fuck with this one, blah, 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
And so we know what they're all about. And I say we just stop giving them the fucking attention.
Well, I'm just really sad because Team Skeptic, he won't talk to me no more. And I'm really sad about that.
Why won't he talk to you no more, Dreamy?
I used too much common sense on him in his little comment section.
Oh.
Is Team Skeptic against the flat earth?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just a shield. He's one of
I don't
those.
know. I don't know who he is. Yeah.
Well, he just goes around and shoots other channels down. That's his job.
Yep.
But I was just joking about being sad. I'm really not sad.
No, I know
just,
what you're saying. Yeah.
It just proved to me that when he was, I think it was about flat Earth or whatever, and I brought up the water subject, and he was going, "Oh, look, we have a moron." So I threw a bunch of, "You can't prove differently. You can't prove your case," and I just put some logic to it all and common sense. And then he, at first, he was, just there to put me down. So I just threw it right back all in his lap. And then he stopped talking to me, wouldn't respond to any more of my inquiries.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm for certain, at least as far as I need to be concerned. And you can all use your own discernment, but I've looked at the pattern and I'm pretty well convinced that these guys are out there by the platform, or somebody working with the platform in order to promote these guys, give them information as to who to go after. They all seem to use the same technique, the same script. They go after the same shit. So I say we just stop fucking with them.
Well, Sovereign, what it did, and I mean, sometimes I just get trolly myself, in the opposite, and give them some information that they may not have. But, and that being said, what it shows the people that are on his thing because of, him commenting, call me a moron, that kind of thing, and me, dumping it back in his lap with common sense and facts and things he can't disprove or deny. And then he stops talking to me. He stops responding back to anything. That shows anybody reading those comments, like you say, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, this person here is making sense, and now he's ignoring her, right? So that speaks for itself as well.
Well said, Drew. Well said.
They got certain tells. Well, let's see if old Shawn here ever ends up either conceding. You think he will?
I don't think so.
No.
He's in I think he's watching a TV show and he doesn't want to be interrupted. Tell you the truth, the way he's looking, I think he's actually watching a TV show.
Another thing too, I see those guys always using, a lot of them, they always have these little earpieces in.
Yeah.
And they're always looking over at some other screen like this idiot. And I think they got somebody feeding them information. A lot of times I see McToon do that. I see FTFE do that. And
yeah. Is he from England?
Who?
Fight the Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another England.
Yeah.
What about McToon? He's from here. Right?
He's here in the United States somewhere.
Okay. But Fight the Flat Earth, he's another English guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mr. Cheswick?
No. I think there's another guy, Mr. Baldy.
No, that's Baldy Cats. I know. No, Mr. Cheswick is a flat earther that did songs. He's from England. And he wrote songs parodies about those guys.
But the one guy that Lucky Haskins is always talking about, he's from England too. Little bald guy, Mr. Baldy. I think what they called himself, Mr. Sensible or some dumb shit like that. Or Mr. Baldy. I don't know. I've never watched him. I've seen little clips of him and he's a real little prick. Just like the rest of them. That's the thing. They act all condescending and prickish. They can't just fucking lay out their case or say, hey, look, I know you guys think this, but here's how it really works. They can't come over all cool like that. They got to go, oh, look what this fucking retard, blah, 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 blah,
Sovereign, I got to go. Dreamy, it was nice. And Rock, I guess, did he leave? Okay.
Yeah.
And chat, everybody in the chat, thanks for carrying on and carrying the chat. It helps. All right, guys.
Thanks for coming up, brother.
All right, bye.
All right. So let's see if Shawn concedes. We're gonna get.
I will never concede to you, Flatzoid. Now it's your turn. You've got your answer.
So that's the reason, guys. He won't concede to me. So it's not that he doesn't want to show he's dishonest because he doesn't want to concede to me. Wow. So it's just because you don't want to concede to me. Well, then why don't you concede to the rest of YouTube land, the whole 79 people watching you fail miserably now, Shawn?
No, I won't concede to them either because I'm not wrong. You don't know.
How are you not wrong? You haven't explained how
Your
you're not
turn.
wrong. I have. I've explained in many different ways why you're wrong. You haven't given one reason why you're not wrong yet. I'm waiting. We're all waiting. Then we can move on to maps and models. Come on. You can do this. If you want, you can get Mattoon to help you. Not going to help you much. Come on. I wonder if Shawn Hawkins knows what a barometer is or how it works. Look at that face. Yeah, Shawn, can you please eat the banana for us?
Oh, no. No, that's not fair. A lot of people do think he has kind of chimpish looking features to him, but, you know, asking him to eat a banana, that would be funny, though. I'd enjoy it.
He would probably deny that you could even eat one.
Yeah, they're not edible. You can't do it.
Right.
He's an idiot. He won't ever fucking answer. He's just going to sit there.
Do you know that your rocket that you're using requires a flat Earth to function? Mm-hmm. Do you want to know how? You want to know how, Shawn? Quickly go off mute. I'll tell you. It's too scared to get the answer. Shawn, do you know what a dynamic system means?
Look, he just looks like he's stroked out.
Wow. Waiting, Shawn.
He says, Shawn, look.
And today on the show, we watch how Shawn Hawkins totally cowers away from answering a question.
He bravely ran
This is very
away.
sad, PJ. This is the level of globe defending you get today, guys. For any globers out there, is this what you want to defend your globe? Is this how you want your globe defended?
That's harsh, but true.
Ah. Waiting, Shawn. Come on, wake up. Yeah, Shawn, wake up, brother. Exactly.
Has he got that fucking hoodie on backwards or something? Look at that. See this shit around his neck?
It could be one of those things that those people wear, you know, like in winter that pulls up. A lot of them have been wearing those since they've met the thing, the panties on the face. There you go. I had to find another way to say it, you know.
Face panties.
Face panties.
That's what I was calling them even during the thing. I was saying, you know,
Yeah.
say, well, take those face panties down. I can't understand you.
Yeah, I was calling them diapers. Yeah, I did a little.
Okay, so guys, we're going to move on. And we're going to say Shawn conceded because out of his silence, he conceded that he cannot demonstrate gas pressure containment. It's as simple as that. Okay, maps and models, Shawn. I got a challenge for you. Bring up one map that is not based on flat.
No. Present your map, model, and measurements of flat Earth.
Bring one map that is not based upon the flat Earth.
No maps are based on flat Earth. They're all based on a globe.
False.
Is anything fucking spinning?
Waiting. One map.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm just trying to roll over here.
Oh, he wanted to move on to maps, and now he can't answer me.
Right. We're moving on to you presenting your map, your model,
This is my
and your
presentation.
measurement of flat Earth. Now, present.
This is my presentation, Sean.
Present.
But it requires you to actually
you
answer
asking me
a question.
questions isn't a presentation. Did I ask you any questions on my presentation? No, I did not. Now, present. I'm not going to answer
presentation
any of your stupid little questions until you present.
Okay.
The globe has nothing to do with it, Flatsoid.
I was thinking that same thing, Chronic. I was thinking, fucking dude, he's doing YouTube because the welfare checks ain't making it, man. I don't know.
Globe has nothing to do with it. It's your flat Earth. It's your flat Earth. Present your proof.
Okay, Sean. All maps are based upon a flat Earth. Every single one in reality. How's that for presentation?
Then why did you say in a debate that there is no map that works? You admitted
accurate.
that.
Listen, there's no
accurate your map, model, and measurements of your flat Earth. The globe is irrelevant, Flatsoid. We aren't talking about the globe. We're talking about your flat Earth. Now present your map, measurements, and model.
Listen, there is no perfectly accurate map in existence.
Thank you.
No map. Do you understand what that means, Sean?
I understand you're avoiding presenting your evidence. That's what I understand.
My evidence is you cannot present to me one map that is not foundationed upon the flat Earth.
Me being able to present anything has no bearing on your evidence.
Great. So you concede then that there's not a map in existence that is based upon purely the globe. Great. So you've conceded you can't have gas pressure containment. Conceded all maps require a flat Earth. What else do you want to go? How about your model? Do you know your globe model first requires a flat Earth too?
No, I've not conceded anything. You've said I've conceded. Now present your map, model, measurements of your flat Earth, please.
I present all maps, all models.
And you say they don't work.
They all are foundationed upon a flat, non-rotating Earth.
They don't work. Present a map.
Which one?
Model,
which one doesn't work? Tell me, Sean.
Measurements.
Which one doesn't work, Sean?
Measurements.
Tell me which one doesn't work.
All of them. No flat Earth map works right. None.
There's
zero.
All maps are flat.
You know what?
All flat maps.
They will work. They will work. They will work. If you wrap them back around the globe from whence they came.
Oh my God.
Now present your map, your model, and your measurements of your flat Earth.
Wait.
Why are you avoiding this, Flatsoid? Why are you avoiding it? You're avoiding it. You're avoiding it like the plague. Now present. We've been waiting 8 years, Flatsoid. Time for you to back up your claim of flat Earth.
How were maps worked out, Craig? Sean? Waiting.
My answers have nothing to do with your proof.
I know. All I'm doing the whole night.
No, asking me questions is not going to get any closer to you presenting because you have nothing to present and you know it.
Well, all I'm presenting tonight is what an ignorant, pathetic, projecting fool you are.
No, you're presenting nothing because you have nothing. And
you haven't done anything other than say nah the whole night.
You know you don't have anything, and you're avoiding and you're playing your games like you always do, and I'm not going to play with you. Now present your map, model, and measurements of your flat Earth.
All maps, Sean, require the foundation from a flat Earth. All maps,
That's how Cartesian coordinate systems work, man. This guy can't get it.
Single one in existence comes from flat Earth elevation angles. Sure.
No, they don't. No,
Prove
they
it.
don't.
Prove it.
Every surveying book proves you wrong.
Surveying uses elevation angles. Well done, based upon
every surveying book
horizontal datum.
Says the Earth is a sphere.
Nope. You know what planar surveying is, Sean?
Absolutely, they do. Ask.
You know what planar surveying is, Sean?
Now present your map, model, and your measurements.
Do you know what planar surveying is, Sean?
I know what that is. Now present
What
your
is
map,
it?
model, and measure. Me
What
knowing
is planar
stuff is not
surveying?
your evidence, Flatzoid.
It is
Me
my
knowing
evidence.
stuff is not
Surveying
your
proves
evidence.
it's flat.
Present your
Surveying
evidence.
proves it's flat. So, Sean, again, what is planar surveying?
Present your map, model, and measurements of flat Earth.
Has
I'm not going to
planar
play your
surveying
game,
ever measured
Flatzoid.
curve?
Not going to play.
Have they ever measured curve in planar surveying, Sean?
I'm not going to play your game.
That would be
Why do
a
the
no.
globies think
I'm not
this is
You know
a
what a
play
slope
your
game?
game.
angle
Now, I'm
is?
going to mute.
What, Dreamy?
Why do all the globies think this is a game? You know, they're always out to win something. So are some other people that do the same thing, depending on what the conversation is. But they're always wanting to win. They always think it's a game. You know, we're not talking about a game. There's no rules here. But they continuously call it a game.
Well, it's because they're playing a game. They definitely
well, yeah,
are
they
playing
are.
a game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are trying to get everyone engaged in the same stupidity.
Right.
I guess that's why I like intellectual people, people that ask questions, you know, present their own ideas, that kind of stuff, solve problems, you know.
Well, listen, that's the whole thing. They get you into these little stupid traps that
Yeah.
they try, right? And we have to keep in mind that they are the ones making a claim that goes against observable evidence.
Right.
Okay. So, what do I have to prove? I don't really have to prove anything other than it's not what you say. Because there's the claim.
Right.
So, given the fact that we don't see any convexity, no measurable convexity, not to 8 inches per mile squared, which is the formula. And the fact that you cannot have a gas pressure system, a dynamic fluid pressure system, such as we have, without containment.
Right.
The contained gas, and the fact that it is at a certain pressure,
yeah,
is the whole reason that you have liquid water.
Right.
Okay. If you reduce the air pressure, the water will boil off, goes
Right.
away.
Right.
Turns into
see,
a gas.
and the oceans is what produces the most of our breathable oxygen. It's the algae in the ocean that's always off-gassing oxygen.
Oh yeah.
And so we need our oceans, and we need the air we breathe, right? But who has ever put anything in a container, you know, put water in a container, tipped it over, and it didn't spill out? I want to meet that person. And if Sean Hawkins can do that, he can tip his glass of coffee over and his coffee don't come running out, and say, oh, well, that's because we live on a globe. Okay, then I might rethink what I've been thinking all my life.
So
but all my life, it's always been level water, no matter what, you know, flows. But you're
we
right.
have this
Also,
constant exchange going on all the time. It's called respiration.
Right. And
Through
our
the
earth is
ecosystem.
breathing.
Yes, all the time. Okay.
If you think of our ocean as like the lungs, you know, it's giving us only instead of giving us carbon dioxide, it's giving us oxygen, right?
Right. So this guy in the 60s, he put this dirt and these plants inside of this big glass ball, like a bottle, sealed it up.
Aquarium.
And in about 6 years later, he opened it up and added a little bit of water to it. Sealed it back up. It's still sealed. Plants are still alive. It's a thriving little ecosystem inside there. Little microorganisms that break down the biomatter, feed the plant material that grows.
Right.
The only thing coming in externally is the light from the sun.
Yeah.
And this thing's still alive.
Right.
Last time it was open was in the 70s. So that shows that something like that definitely can and does exist, and we're in one.
Right. We're in a biosphere. They actually recreated that and created a biosphere and put like 8 people, I think it was, in it, and did some studies and whatnot, and they were sealed in the biosphere.
Well, this whole thing.
But there's also what you're talking about. There's a guy, his channel name is Life in Jars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he does. He goes out and collects things from different places, and then he contains it in a jar. So yeah, it's just a terrarium.
Right. It's exactly, and they're actually growing stuff underwater now in these little air bubble growing pods and shit. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let me get back on this.
I'm going to let you prove how ignorant you are.
Do you know what a
slope and how empty a drum you are in not being able to present your map model and your measurements of flat Earth. You've had 8 years.
Do you know what a slope?
8 years.
All maps, all models are based upon a foundation of a flat Earth, Shawn.
And yet
now again,
you
brought up surveying now.
kilometers off
again,
on your positive fix using a flat Earth map. So
again,
that
Shawn,
didn't work.
Sorry, Shawn, I didn't do it.
Work.
That was Ruhef, remember?
No, that
all
was
I
you
did
directing Ruhef.
Listen,
that was
all I did with Ruhef.
directing
Listen,
Ruhef.
all I did with Ruhef was
all
getting
Ruhef
to do what he said was impossible.
Do what you told him to do.
Come on, Shawn. Quit spiraling. Why are we having
No, listen what I did.
You were
listen
off
what
by
I did,
544 kilometers. You would be lost.
Okay, listen what I did, Shawn.
Now present your map, your model, and your measurements of your flat Earth. You've had 8 years. Now go.
Listen. Okay. Listen to
I'm
what
done,
I
I'm done
did.
talking. I'm now listening. That's how a conversation works. I presented, then you present.
Listen to what I'm saying, Shawn. I got Ruhef, a globe-believing anti-flat earther, who said it's impossible to do something, to do it. That was the thing. I didn't do it. Ruhef did
Doing
it.
something.
Now, if
I
did it,
add 2
much
plus
more
2 and get 8.
Shawn,
I've
why
done
can't
the,
you?
I've done the math, but my answer
statement?
was wrong. Therefore,
I thought
2
you
plus
wanted
2
to keep quiet and
8.
let me say my statement, Shawn.
You
Can't I get the statement out, Shawn?
interrupted me
Shawn,
every
is it too
single
much for you
time,
to keep quiet while I'm saying my statement?
Okay?
I'm sorry.
Stop
Did
feigning
your
fake
beginning
outrage.
of your sentence
I'm done
interrupt the middle of
talking and I'm
mine?
done arguing
Sorry,
with you.
Shawn.
I'm sorry. Did the beginning of your sentence interrupt the middle of mine?
For you to present
Did the
and be a
beginning of your
man.
sentence interrupt the middle of my sentence, Shawn?
Time for you to be a man and present, okay?
Okay, again.
Nobody has held your feet to the fire. I'm here to do that. Now present.
He's going to hold his
Again,
feet
Shawn.
to the fire.
Planar surveying only measures slope and incline angles. Show me where they measure curve, please. Since that's your claim, show me where they measure curve. Is a slope angle curve or an incline angle curve, Shawn?
Hold on. What's this Joe says? Joe says flat earthers have no position. They don't know what the sun is. Neither do you. What the moon is. Neither do you. How far anything is. Neither do you. They must deny every explanation to remain a flat earther. Sounds like a lot of work. No, you don't have explanations. Okay? Because when I point out, if you'd like to come up here, we can discuss that. I'd like you to tell me, how do you know the distance to the sun? Okay?
Also, like I said, they have no working model. They never have. Not since the first time some cockamamie mental case came up with the idea. That's what a theory is, just somebody's idea. It's not proven until you put some scientific elements in there. And I'm talking about regular science. And no matter how many times you fill a bowl with water, the water is going to be the same level across it. We build houses using levels. Water levels have been around for a very long time.
Right.
Even
Joe,
my measuring cups are based
listen,
on.
I'm gonna respond to the thing. Joe has a wrench because the last time Joe was on, and I'm sure Joe will be on again, he wants to be able to share links and shit, and to the contrary. Whatever. It's fine. You know, if he doesn't abuse the wrench. You people act like that's some kind of a fucking thing or something. It's just a fucking wrench. It doesn't really mean anything. I don't know why people freak out about the fucking thing, for Christ's sake. It's not that big a deal. I don't know. Why are people all tripped out about a fucking wrench all the time? I don't really get that. What if everybody had one? It is a thing. No, it is not, Angela. It is not. It doesn't mean fucking dick. In fact, what I find is a lot of times when people have that fucking wrench, they act like a goddamn cop and start abusing the fucking thing. So we're all good. Jesus. There's that thing about wrenches. People are fucking nuts about that goddamn shit. I don't get it, man. I mean, is there so little power in your own life that that's a big fucking thing to you that you got to have a wrench or something? I don't know. Anyway, shit. What do we got? Okay, so yeah, Joe, the thing is, you don't know what the sun is. Okay, you have to actually believe this. This is what you have to believe, that somehow, against all laws of physical nature, that the gravity of hydrogen atoms somehow congealed together into a sphere and became so immense that its gravity fell into itself and did all this in a vacuum. Now, I would like to see anywhere in nature, or even if you could artificially do it, I would love to see somebody form a ball of gas in a fucking container. I would love that. Can they do it? No. You know why? Because it's impossible. That's why. So that whole thing dies right on the front page. No possible way that could ever take place. So that whole idea is shot. So you don't know what the sun is. Next thing is you don't know how far away it is. Okay? You don't know what it's made of. You don't know how far away it is. Same here. Okay? But the impossibility still remains in the heliocentric. And then we've got this pesky problem of the second law of thermodynamics concerning the Earth. How in the world could we possibly have any air pressure, gradient or not, without some kind of containment? Because we know that the behavior of gas is to equalize to fill the available space. Right? Right. Okay. If I showed you a space station, you'd swear it was CG, Sav. DreamWorks must stay busy. Yeah. If I showed you a picture of an X-Wing fighter flying by the fucking Death Star, does that mean that that's real? What? Does it? If I showed you a picture of the Wolf Man, does that mean that there's a Wolf Man? I mean, we know that since the inception, since the beginning of photography, it's been used and manipulated in ways to make trick photographs. People found it as a novel thing to do. Superimposing things, putting two negatives together to create another picture. I mean, there's just a host of things that people started doing with cameras, producing ghost images by taking advantage of the reciprocal qualities of film. It's real easy to.
I could go into GIMP right now and put a fighter jet, flying over land. I could do that right now. All I need is 2 pictures, a picture of some scenery and a freaking fighter jet. I can take that fighter jet and superimpose it on the picture and make it look real.
Well, they used to produce ghost photographs, and this is the way you do it, because film has what's known as a reciprocal quality to it, right? So if you set your aperture low, so that you leave the shutter open for a while, right?
Oh yeah,
And
like night shot.
so if something is in the picture, okay, it's imprinting that image onto the film. But here's what happens during a long exposure. Once that subject is removed from the photo field, their image starts to be replaced with whatever's behind them. And if you catch it in the right time frame, it will make a ghostly image of the person that was standing there. Now, they started doing that back in the 1800s. So photographs have been used to manipulate people's perceptions. The famous Matthew Brady photographs from Gettysburg that people are often familiar with. There's a famous picture of a Confederate in a sharpshooter's nest, they say, near Devil's Den at the Gettysburg battlefield. And they have a picture of this Confederate laying there dead. Well, what people don't know is that guy was drugged over there and that rifle propped over there by him.
Right.
That guy appears in another photograph where he's laying in a prone position on the ground. So they were actually staging
and manipulating.
Then even,
Yep.
So it's nothing new, man. Nothing new.
Well, I think I've showed where I rented out the White House and let a bunch of rednecks moved in. I think I showed those two pictures, and all I did was take a picture of the White House. Right. All I did was take a picture of the White House and went and found some other pictures that I could throw on the lawn to look like, I'd rented it and put people out there, and so.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult to manipulate, especially nowadays. I question almost everything I see on the internet because of what I know I can do, what I'm capable of. Just with a simple free program. I mean, it's not even expensive. You can get it for free. You can go to Images and get whatever pictures you want for free, for the most part. So it's easy. Anybody can do it. And then you can, of course, add your own words on the top of it,
Yeah, listen, photographs are not in themselves any proof of anything. I mean, they can aid along with other proofs that bring things together.
Right.
But listen, man, you got a lot of shit to explain when it comes to that ISS. If indeed that is real, now we got to go all the way back right here to that second law of thermodynamics. How the fuck did they get there? Right? How did they get out of the container in order to be floating around out in a goddamn void?
Well, this is something else I notice about these corporations and stuff. They love to show off their creations. Like when they built the new jet, the one that's not detected by radar.
Stealth,
and they built that. Yeah, the stealth bomber. When they built that, they were very proud. They actually took it around different places and showed it off.
Yeah.
And yet these people think that, oh, well, we're going to the moon. Why aren't they showing it off? They're not. They're not showing it off. They're just
recently,
pictures and still shots.
I don't know if you saw recently, there was a video that's floating around. Maybe we'll get into it here in a little bit, where Putin was shown and agrees that the moon landing was fake. And he's talking about it. There was where these photographs and shit were analyzed and they're shown to be fake. And
right.
Yeah. So
Well, look at all the news media going back to, since TV's been a thing. There's always been posted lies, and then they, say, "Oh, well, you're a conspiracy theorist." And then when the papers are released and the documents, of course, I don't believe half of that neither.
no, if
But
it's released, come on.
if it takes them 10 years to release something, they're hiding something, and they've
Right.
got a lot of time to manipulate that information that does come out to make everybody look like retards. So that's why I don't put a lot of stock in that as well. But
hold on just a second. Listen, y'all, try to be a little more not dickish to people in the chat if y'all could, man. That would be cool. Even though Joe does not agree and he fully believes in the fucking globe and space and all that shit, we were there too, man. And some of us were harder to get through to than others, and Joe's pretty steadfast in this belief. So, you sure as hell ain't gonna get him to look at anything by acting like an asshole to him. All right. But also on the same token, you gotta not, completely come in and like you did on here, you came in and said, "I'm just here to troll."
Right.
Yeah, I know you thick-skinned, you thick-headed too, Joe. Motherfucker, thick-headed motherfucker. I'll tell you what, right? But yeah, man. So you guys, just lay out your case and show a good face. That's all.
What do they call that whenever somebody has been abused or whatever by someone else, and then they practically worship and protect that person at all costs? Stockholm system. Yes. I actually went through that myself from my childhood. I was with people around me, I would protect the people that abused me the worst.
Sure. One of the most dangerous.
It took me a long time. Go ahead.
One of the most dangerous calls that police go on are domestic abuse calls.
Right.
Because, this guy's beating the hell out of his old lady, and the cops, they wrestle him. He's half drunk and he's fighting back, and they wrestle him down and get the cuffs on him and shit. Next thing you know, they've got a skillet upside the fucking head, and it's from the wife protecting the husband from the cops that are there to keep him from beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, man. So you see that.
Right. Well, I was just a kid, so I grew up with it, and it started when I was 5 and continued until I was 16 and I left that house. But I still was protective of my abusers. Anytime anybody said anything about them or whatever, I was viciously protective of them. It wouldn't be until I was in my 30s that I realized I was protecting them. I was protecting the very people that had abused me.
Yeah.
And had continued even into my adult life. And I viciously protected them.
Right.
I would fight you tooth and nail to protect them.
Right.
So I do get how people, they were taught in school, they had a great teacher, they loved that teacher, whatever the case may be. And so they're going to protect that teacher with their life and the knowledge that they passed on to them. But they have to get past protecting the one that abused them, because feeding your head full of garbage is abusive.
It is.
I don't care if it comes across in a nice, kind way or not.
Right.
Abuse can be very kind.
Yeah. Chronic Enlightenment says maybe we should stop saying globetard. A term that I've kind of started using is glurf. And it's just kind of in counter to the term they use, flurf, to describe flat earthers. So I just call them glurfs, And I'm thinking, let's, lay down your case and keep on your best face. And that's the best way to do it. Shawn doesn't do that here. Okay. He's just he makes it painfully obvious that he knows that his demonstration was shit, just like McToon did that same thing. I mean, at least the Penguin dude, he gave a demonstration and he gave it a try, but then, still there was containment. I got to give him props. Out of all the people that have come on here trying to demonstrate that shit, and including this guy, that one right there, at least the guy put some effort into it, right? This guy blowing across a piece of paper, all that told me was, yes, indeed, Shawn Hawkins blows.
Well, your lungs are a
container,
and whenever the little valve opens up, you can either suck in or blow out. You know, I mean, what did that prove?
Well, see, the whole thing is right that all he did, that wasn't continuous. That all that was an exchange of energies. And like he was saying, through that whole principle right there, what is that wing doing? That wing is separating. That effect is taking place because there's a separation between the two areas, and the force of it wanting to equalize causes it to have that lift. That's a physical thing, and you're doing it inside of a contained gas.
Right.
So you didn't demonstrate shit. All you did was show that you blow. And we already knew that. Everybody here knew that. Watch this guy. Come on, you suck.
Well, by the way, guys, I'm doing this debate on 2 hours of sleep. That's how much sleep I had last night. 2 hours.
Dude looks like a breeze.
Sean Hawkins actually typing in chat. You can't do it. Waiting, Sean. Show me, based on your claim, surveyors measuring curve. That's your claim. I'm waiting. Good luck, because it doesn't exist. So far, you cannot demonstrate gas burst out containment. You cannot present a map that does not require a flat earth. I'm glad you conceded all maps are not accurate. And you cannot back up your idiotic claim that planar surveying shows measurement of curve. Well done. So far, you're not into doing a very good start, mate. Waiting. Waiting, Sean.
Mm-hmm. And how do you get a linear distance on a curved surface anyway? Fuck that.
I know the language in and of itself tells Globers.
Yeah, he has nothing whatsoever. Exactly, Daz.
Or people that believe in the. I said the language in and of itself tells us what they're talking about. Even though they're using this globe, they're putting a picture in front of us, but they use words like horizon, linear, things like this. And people just can't see the difference. Come on. We all know what a horizon is. We learned what horizontal was in third grade?
Yeah, but if you don't agree with the globe, you'll get a lot of smoke, man.
Well, I'd rather be wrong in my thinking and do my own thing than be a carbon copy of everybody else.
But the scientists and the statistics and the
I don't care about those things. I just care about being an original and not a carbon copy of somebody else.
Right.
That's why when I was in school, I remember 7th grade, all the girls wanted to be like Farrah Fawcett, and what's the other one that Jordan?
Joe, you gotta be fucking
the
shit,
jeans
man.
And shit. You know, they wanted to grow up like these movie stars or whatever and be what they saw. I go, not me. I'm just going to be me, right? But they always wanted to be somebody else.
You're right.
So they never were inside themselves, in my opinion. You know, you have to be inside yourself at some point.
So yeah, Joe, you got to be fucking shitting me. You obviously don't know this guy. He's retarded, man. Unless you think
Joe probably knows him. He probably knows him. He's Hawkins been in cop watching channels. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's here for free ice cream. Waiting, Sean. Come on. Be a man. Be a man, as you said. Be a man and actually back up your claims. You said surveying measures curve. So show me. Show me where surveying measures curve. You said it's all over in manuals. So show me these manuals. Not even geodetic surveyors measure curve, Sean. They calculate based on measurements of slope angles because they have a consideration of an ellipsoidal WGS84 belief system. Yes. There is no measurement for curve at all, ever. Waiting, Shawn.
He's not. No, you don't know.
All
what
I've been
fuck
doing
to
the
do.
whole time is showing what an ignorant dunce you are. Yet you haven't been man enough to have the balls to actually back up anything you said.
I love that song, man. I love that song. My junior year, that was our prom theme. Was The Grand Illusion. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Waiting, Shawn.
And then I quit.
Is this the best you got? Oh, look, I'm searching it on Google, guys. Look at the worry on his eyes. Come on.
You can almost.
This is the best you guys got,
almost
guys.
a sense of fear dripping. off
Mercator
the
projection map is also based on elevation angles. First,
So yeah, this is pretty much all it did. And Shawn just sat there and just kept being a fucking child the rest of the time, man. It was like, if you want to watch the rest of it, I'm not going to put you all through that. I mean,
I wonder how much he was put down throughout his lifetime, especially early in his childhood.
I don't know, man. He gives me.
I'm just saying that based on just watching his behavior and stuff like that. And like I said, that poor self-esteem, you know, with that avoidance behavior, because if he could very well be one that really wants to, but then that goes against the majority. You
Dude,
see, about this majority shit grounded to people's head with their communist crap.
Fuck him. He gives me a windowless van vibe, man. Completely. The dude gives me the total vibe of some guy in a windowless van.
Like you guys were saying earlier, he seems dead inside.
Oh yeah. He's definitely got like that. That's all I can say is like that windowless van.
I'm not sticking up for him by any means. I'm just observing what I'm seeing.
Right.
And that's what it seems like to me. He's just like, because when he looked at the camera the one time, kind of out of the side of his eyes, you know, he did this little jump thing, like, and that's an involuntary type movement. And like, you know what I'm saying? So I just see a line of fear in him as well. Underlying, very underlying. But yeah, I think people make choices. And people either choose to stay in the mire that they're in, or they can solve their problems and climb out, you know? But you got all these medical people pushing their prescriptions. I wouldn't doubt he's not on prescriptions.
You know, I don't know. But if he was, that could only mean that it's a good thing and that he's being healed, right, Dreamy?
Fuck that.
Yeah, come on.
Yes,
come on,
yes, they're the gods of the universe. I'm so sorry.
Right.
Please forgive me.
Don't get this one struck. Let's not get this one struck. All right, y'all.
He could very well need it. You're right. Oh my gosh,
sick, man. YouTube sucks really bad. I'm still waiting to hear something to fuck back from YouTube or from Rockfin. Still nothing. I don't know how long it takes them to get back with you. Maybe I'll just go and do it again. I'll apply again. Fuck them, you know. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, baby. That's what I'm saying.
Well, a lot of you guys are pretty. I think, you know, guys deal with their issues differently than women, you know, but I think that everyone's been pretty patient with him and everything else. But I wonder how much of that is out of pity for their brother.
With who?
with Shawn.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you've been very patient with him. Flatsoid's being very patient with him. Yusufel was being very patient with him when I was in his chat the other day.
He's
you know
insulting though. See, this is the thing he's very he insults. I mean, he's just an asshole right to start with. And
well, that's why I don't understand why y'all treat him like a little baby brother.
Oh,
that's what I'm starting to see.
He's kind of funny because he sticks his own foot in his own mouth all the time. So that's an easy one, you know. I mean, let him come in and make his little comments and whatnot. I'm surprised he didn't pop into this fucking show. You know, just to say some dumb shit, you know. But it is what it is. He's just you know, these other ones, it's like McToon and Fight the Flat Earth, and Simon Dan, Professor Dave, the rest of these fucking guys. There's something wrong with these guys. There's something. They all have the same familiar
phrases.
Well, they're all the same theme. They go after the same things, you know, and that's very telling, you know. And the degree of popularity that they were given, not that they really are that popular, but they were given the appearance of popularity at least, you know.
Well, see, breaking our spirit is the main goal for the education system, the prison system, and every other system, military. That's what it's to do, break the soul.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know who you are and what's yours, and I'm talking about inside, you're going to just fall for all this stuff. And that's what they did. They went around breaking all the souls that they could, using their education systems, you know, all their programming, all that kind of stuff. It was to break the soul.
Check this
I
out.
think a lot of people just don't have the zest and the zeal to want to live and live life itself.
Joe Cool still in here? He might dig this thing. This is pretty cool. Watch this.
Literally how it works.
Let me make sure I got the volume up as good.
Reality. So here's this little personal grid. Sent it over to the observer. Here's what it looks like in Stellarium. Overlaid it. I've done every position I could think of, from the middle of the North Pole to 45 degrees, which means halfway between the North Pole and the equator. I've modeled it there. I've modeled it. Here's the actual view in Stellarium to show you how the actual stars look when you look at the night sky. And then here's how it's mirrored, and kind of bringing this whole thing together, this whole take back the sky. For those with the eyes to see movement, we need to take back the argument of the sky. So I'm just going to let this roll for a minute. It's got some nice music. Sort of putting it all together here. All right, so we mapped the orthographic stellarium view of the actual stars to the latitude-dependent observer-based azimuthal grid of Walter Bislam. Use it for his demonstration. As he says, the equator, the stars rotate around 2 poles, or only appear to rotate around 2 poles, right? And as you go south, you no longer see the North Pole because you're so far away, and then you see the perspective-induced counter-rotation rotating the other way. The thing about it is that it does lend itself very much to the globe, as I started with, right? So because it's a coordinate system transformed from a stereographic view to, say, a celestial sphere view to a perspective view to an orthographic view, it's all just coordinate system transformed. So I can't say in good faith that it doesn't work for the globe. I can only say that it works equally valid for both. Just like Einstein said in the theory of relativity that an Earth rotating around the sun and a sun rotating around the Earth were visually indistinct and were inseparable, and due to a coordinate system transfer are actually identical. So the same thing happens with the sky. I can't say that it doesn't work on a globe. It actually lends itself pretty well to a globe. That's how they convinced millions of people that we actually lived on a curved sphere with a radius 3959 instead of living on a very large flat plane with a viewing radius of about 3959 of all the celestial phenomenon on the Earth. Literally how it works in reality.
You're muted.
Hope that kind of explains how shit is. People don't understand how you view things in a hyperbolic state rather than orthographic. And that's one of the ways they try to fool you, is using two-dimensional orthographic geometry to say, see, this would be impossible on a flat Earth. Well, you're leaving a lot out with that, see, and that's the problem. that can be a big problem. Did I play this thing? Did I show you all how the fractional reserve banking works? I'm going to show this again. This is pretty good. So this is the Three Stooges explaining how the banks work. It works great.
How about the $20 you owe me? Oh, yeah? Well, I only got 10, so here's 10, I owe you 10. Thanks. Hey, Mo, you owe me 20. Well, here's 10, I'll owe you 10. You owe me 20. Here's 10, I owe you 10. Here's the 10 I owe you. Here's the 10 I owe you. Here's the 10 I owe you. Good, now we're all even. How about the $20 you owe me?
Yep, pretty much.
That's exactly how it goes, man. Just
Well,
pass
it's like
around
that
the
little
debt.
nutshell game. Remember you put or a cup, you could take 3 cups, put a ball or whatever underneath it, and then shuffle
Yeah.
around.
Shuffle them
Same
around.
crap. And then you got to pick which one's yours and hope you win.
It's a shell game.
Yeah, I hope you win. It means you get something, right?
So this is another thing we've talked about on this channel is about the airships, right? And
Yeah.
man, I would love to see this come back. I really would. I think this is so much better than, just having airlines, because these things were just incredible, man. And the ones that they're coming up with now, I saw there's some airship industries starting up. And man, they got some really nice looking airships. They're really nice observation decks where you can see, like a glass viewing port looking exact straight down, which is kind of cool, But this is how they kind of scared people away from this.
In my opinion, and a few others, this form of travel was all over the place. It wasn't just created in the 1800s, and the Hindenburg event was used as a scare tactic to make these airships look faulty, removing this free energy form of transportation technology out of our lives. Do you really think that they put a gas in these airships that would be so incredibly flammable and fly them over massive cities? Or does it make more sense that this Hindenburg event was a planned event to get rid of this free form of travel and wipe it from the history books? Here we have a photo of one of these airships sitting in between the 2 spires of the old world building. You can see that they use these spires to electrically charge these airships, and this was common knowledge. And in the very next photo, it's leaving the port. We are not given the truth about our history. This isn't something that we are ever told about in our mainstream schooling system all over the world. Do you find that odd? Let's keep digging. We see that the US Army had this technology in the 1800s, as well as the Navy. Now, this is a photo from July of 1931, and we clearly have an airship charging at the top of this building. So we have a lot going on here, and this was within the last 100 years. An airship charging at the top of this tower. Did you think they only charged at the top of buildings? Of course not. They had charging docks in the middle of the water. Here we have a photo of the US Navy airship in 1924, charging from this boat. Now let's zoom in on this charging station to get a good look at what's going on here. Now this is a technology that we were never told about. This is hidden from our timeline, a clear proof that there is much more to the story than what we've been told, especially since this was not thousands of years ago, and shows how easily history can be rewritten. This technology should be common knowledge at this point. Here we have another angle in Rhode Island of the charging taking place. These airships were not powered by gas or simply helium. And if we switch angles here, we can actually see the charging tool that was used right at the top of this tower. They're clearly about to connect to the airship. So this, in my opinion, is clearly explaining what's going on at the top of these old world buildings. They were charging stations for the airships. They had the same features, and I guarantee you that they still turn on, since this was not that long ago. And I'm going to take this time right now to answer a lot of people's question. Will we ever find the truth? As we keep uncovering more and more documented evidence, we're going to find that the previous civilization was not that far in the past, and our current structures hold so much more technology than we ever truly understood. So in my opinion, yes, we are going to find the truth about all of this. We are uncovering the truth faster and faster, and this community gets bigger and bigger, with more and more people sharing their thoughts and knowledge. The mainstream history is becoming comedy hour at this point. So we can clearly see that these buildings all around the world may have had a second purpose, but they were without a doubt here to generate free energy. specifically for airships. And once you realize this, then we can go deeper and ask the question, was the previous civilization capable of using these buildings to power their flight that were so much more powerful, so much faster, and so much more incredible than an airship? I believe that they fully understood this technology. They were the ones that constructed it. They had this technology and were able to travel through the air so much faster than we can today while using the Earth's natural energy. These buildings are technology. They are able to extract the energy and are able to turn it into a fuel. If you're looking for a why, a motive to suppress this technology, well, it would 100% benefit a civilization, us. It's free. There is zero benefit to free transportation, free energy. Do we need to go further for the why? So when you go around your town now and see the top of these buildings, we can all understand how popular this form of transportation really was. It was everywhere.
Okay, so I think that guy's full of shit. As far as those are,
in my opinion,
charging up and everything, those are mooring posts. And yes, they used them. And they did have a disembarkment thing on the Empire State Building for people. That's well known. Was that a charging station? No, it wasn't. I would have to see a hell of a lot more. And as far as going faster than we do now, that's a load of shit. Okay, they're not faster because they don't go at 500 miles an hour. All right, unless they're in a wind that's going 500 miles an hour. So no.
Well, see, everybody wanted jobs. They keep asking for jobs. So yeah, the government has literally put everybody to work. They don't got no free time. Because, if you do away with something like that, and that takes care of everyone, and you can lie to them, you can create these new jobs for them to do. Just saying.
Yeah.
People will work. Do you really honestly think that we were put here to go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go to school, whatever, come home, eat dinner, take a shower, go to bed, wake up, and do that every day the rest of our lives?
Yes.
Until we're too old and decrepit, we can't get out there and walk and hike and do whatever, or go visit different countries and places. And it's busy time. They keep everybody too busy.
That's why we're here, man.
Fuck that.
That's why we're here. Right? Come on, y'all.
Okay, I better not tell people that they're chained with invisible chains, right?
No, that's a
better not tell them that.
Yeah,
it might scare everybody out of their minds.
Fucking conspiracy theory. Damn it.
Oh, there's no conspiracy. I ain't conspiring.
Listen, the powers that run this world right now, they love you. That's why they want the best for you right now. See? Can't you feel the love? These fucking people. Wow, this thing is pretty good too. Check this out.
Welcome to Story Time from Space.
And I'd like to help you understand why it's a place that is magic.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
You see, my boy.
Listen, if you're on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter X, are we going to do this like Prince? Are we going to say the platform formerly known as Twitter? Mike Oxbig, whose handle is @RobotPolisher, he's got some great shit on there. So look him up. If you're on X, look for this guy. He's got some great shit.
It's nature's way. Upon the weak, the strong ones prey.
I used to work for a man named Warner Van Brown. He believed that the youth of America was a very valuable resource.
You suck.
Started saying I wanted to be an astronaut when I was 5 years old.
His concern was that we must prepare
God dang it
for the next generation of space travel. And to do that, we must have a bright, challenging young group of people coming up to meet the requirements of our next effort.
I interviewed 4 times over 12 years. At some point in the future, we're going to look back and say, how did we do it without space?
I am absolutely convinced the emphasis here on space is absolutely vital to our new world order. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
We must have a bright, challenging, young group of people.
It will be many years yet before our plans can fully materialize.
We're going to look back and say, how did we do it without space?
And the magic begin.
Into worlds beyond our wildest imagination.
Is it the future? Is it the key to reaching the stars?
You suck like shit.
Or is it just 5 totally awesome days away from mom and dad?
Fantasyland. Here is a world of imagination, hopes, and dreams. Magic and make-believe are reborn, and fairy tales come true. Fantasyland is dedicated to the young and the young in heart, to those who believe that when you wish upon a star, your dreams do come true.
Rejected by NASA 7 times, but the 8th time.
Discoveries that were miracles a few short years ago are accepted as commonplace today. Many of the things that seem impossible now will become realities tomorrow.
My favorite part about living up there was the flying. I loved it. It was like being Peter Pan.
Everybody's a superhero. You're not floating, you're flying.
I remember if you wake up late at night or something and get out of bed that you're not back on the space station, because if you think you're back on the space station, you'll jump out of bed, try to float to go to another room, and you'll end up on the floor.
The school kids we show these to always like those scenes.
Created a dream for millions and millions of young kids.
This is what it's about. We are having fun. We are excited.
Burrito of awesomeness smothered in awesome sauce.
All the dreams you created in other people's minds, other young kids.
Let some dream a little. For so many, that's really what it is all about.
I did submit 7 applications along the way.
The future of space travel is being written right now in dreams and imagination.
Writers of fiction have dreamed of such a journey, a long, impossible dream.
The stories that they tell fit especially well in this exhibit, Moving Beyond Earth.
We could only dream.
Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Into the solar system and into beyond, into the distant galaxies.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Imagination, will to explore.
It was the work of thousands of dreamers, thanks to their invincible spirit.
Interviewed 5 times before I was selected.
No dream is impossible.
I would love to be an astronaut one day.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
You think that's a hit in elementary schools, those little minds?
Welcome to
Well,
Story Time from
if
Space.
you can dream it, you can create it. And they just said the opposite in there.
Yeah.
You know, but seriously, if you can dream something, you can create it. It depends on how dedicated you are to that dream, what you really, really want.
Oh, did you see that shit today? I guess that Hunter was supposed to, he had a subpoena, supposed to show up in front of Congress, some congressional committee, and he just fucking blew it off. He didn't go.
Well, haven't you noticed that they just have these big old things, these meetings, and they question people, and then they can't hold them accountable, because when they ask them questions, they go like, I don't remember. No, you know, that's above my pay grade. And they have all these things they say without ever saying a damn thing. And nobody can hold the other person accountable. They're not their bosses. They don't own them. They totally out of the system, you know, because they've got that shield called the corporation. So, you know, everyone needs to learn that, how to shield themselves and create their own life. And it does take dreams and imaginations and what have you. But fiction, that's what a lot, you know, that's what a lot of fiction is. Disneyland is a fiction. You know, it's a physical place, but it's all based about fiction.
It is indeed.
I mean, what mouse you met in the wild or in your house that was dressed up like Mickey?
I'd shoot a fucking mouse if I saw it look like that, man. I'd say you're possessed by the devil or something. Something wrong.
Well,
Fuck that
right?
thing. Yeah, man. It's like, so, yeah, but see, they want to, this is cool too. This guy talks about how they aim to demasculate the male.
If you want to take over a planet, okay, if you want to completely take over a planet, the first thing that you have to do is you have to take out the alpha males or the strong males from the planet, because the strong alpha males protect the divine feminine. Through television and films, how they are feminizing men more and more and more. You'll see men dressed up in female clothes. The cane is a phallus or male energy. The two circles on either side are to control the male energy. This is not to empower the female in any way. This is a trick to make it look like that it's empowering the female, when in fact it is taking away the protection from the female. The feminism movement that happened in the 60s was to destroy the family unit from the inside out. If you want to take over a planet, okay, if you want to...
So, yeah, you get it? That's what they did, was they was, yeah, I know, planet. Yeah, if that's the way you wanted to really subdue a society, that's how you do it. You take out the alpha males. How do you take out the alpha males? You demasculate them. You take away their role as protector, you see? And that movie, Leave the World Behind, really kind of emphasized that kind of a dynamic. You saw that kind of a dynamic in there in the structure of these characters. That Julia Roberts, she was wearing the Pansonet family. You could tell, definitely.
Well, I'll tell you this, Sovereign. I was married to a guy who's in the military, and some of the things he told me, they break y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
That boot camp is meant to take the soul right out of you.
Yep.
And I had another guy I lived with for a long time, never been in the military, didn't think at all in the same terms. Very protective of his family, very protective of those that he cared about, stood up for what was right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to wonder just how much the military is used, not just for war, but to really break the souls of so many men.
Right.
Because my husband, I'm not saying every man that's been in the military, but hell, I mean, he'd ask me where to put things that he knew, like milk in the fridge, you know. I mean, it's just, it was mind-numbing constantly having to think for him, you know, in so many areas. But I blame that on how I've known other people in the military that can't think for themselves. Some can, but, you know, that's not the majority. So I think I agree with that. They want to take out the males that are strong, that think for themselves, and, you know,
that's how they subdue you. Yeah.
Have their prides.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this was from... Oh, yeah. I thought that was something else. Here's something. This is kind of cool. Just kind of a little zoom in real quick. I'm going to get off here in a few minutes. We only got 28 people watching. I'm going to roll here in a few. But there you go. We got airtight zippers, apparently, that can hold against the vacuum of space. Because you never know. You might have to whip it out and take a leak out there on the moon, right? Come on, y'all.
Oh.
Jesus. These people, man.
I mean, you have to give it to them. It was very creative, you know, for a fiction thing. It was very creative. And I don't think it's everything they do is fake. I mean, they're doing things. It's just not what we think they're doing, you know?
Right.
They're doing stuff, you know? They got to film this crap. Got to get it out there to us.
Yeah, man, we got to be...
But it's very creative. It's an extremely creative idea.
Oh, this is fucking crazy. Oh, this is funny. This is funny as shit. I gotta bring this up. Hold on. Let me bring. This is funnier than hell. This poor guy. You see him?
Gee whiz. only guys really get off on that. Well, I
You
do.
see him? He almost threw up, man. He was like, "Ugh." That's so nasty.
There it is.
I think it's funny as shit, man. Where we? Oh, this thing. Yeah. Where am I? This is before that. Check out this safe. This is fucking nuts. Let me bring this up. Now, who's going to get into that fucking thing? Yeah, blowtorch. Blowtorch. Absolutely. It's the only way you're going to. How would you? I wouldn't be able to remember that fucking sequence of bullshit. Would you?
Well, you would if you was used to it. You know, it's just like, back in the day when you knew everybody's phone number that you had, that you knew in your head.
Yeah.
And you didn't need a phone book, except if you're looking up somebody new.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So now people's memory's real short because they just log it in their little planner on their phone or whatever, their tablets.
Yeah. So did you see there's a movie coming out this spring, I guess? There's already trailers out for this thing. And they're really ramping up the predictive programming, man. This is crazy.
What's it about?
It's just called Civil War.
Oh.
So we just had this one that showed the other day. One that showed the other day, that just came out. That one, leave the world behind, right? And then this one's out, right? It's like, what the fuck are they doing, man?
19 states have seceded. The United States Army.
I think people are too lazy to get off their couch and off their computers.
Listen to the radio.
Our president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Oh, you suckwad thing.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
I mean, this is going to be a pretty dramatic thing, man. Especially given the kind of talk that's been going on around America,
Sovereign bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on all of it. Because you know why? People too busy on their phones and their tablets and their computers. And they aren't gonna stand up. They're too lazy. They need their handout.
No, most won't. And that's what I think that little girl represented at the end of that movie. That other one. Because as long as she had her junk food, her TV, and she could watch her final episode of Friends, and all that shit, then she was good to go, you
Right.
know. And prior to that, you know, that's all she was worried about. With all this fucking mayhem and craziness going on, the biggest thing going on with her was she couldn't get online and she couldn't watch the final episode of Friends that she'd
Right.
been following, you know, or some shit.
Right.
And it's like, okay. And then when she found that house that was all stocked up and had a bomb shelter, well, there she had it. The TV, all the movies she could ever want, snack food and that shit. And that's it. Everything was fine to her. Fuck the world. See, that's how a lot of people are. But there are those of us that are going to struggle to survive, that are not going to be taken into that matrix bullshit. And I know that for a fact. So it's not going to be a majority of people at all. No, they're going to be these people that are migrating down the road, carrying what meager possessions they still have, trying to escape the mayhem.
Well, it's very much like that in California now. All their stores are closed and boarded up, and there's more homeless than there are in houses. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. But, you know, look at how Californians have lived, you know, and people don't like them over there, but they're very controlled as well. But because they've laid back and enjoyed all the fiction around them, their movie houses and theaters and stuff. So they're just, to me, very indoctrinated.
They're paying the price for their indulgence into the worldly matters.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, time to
I
pay
agree
the
with
devil. Anyway,
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against the
God bless America.
American citizens? We're moving to D.C. today.
You need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death. Flooded.
Every time I survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
The Western forces will reach the...
That looks like it'd be pretty good. I'm not going to show the whole thing, you know, but I mean,
is that the trailer for it?
yeah. Yeah, that's the trailer for it.
Well, I think everybody ought to wise up, smarten up, and say, we're not doing your killing for you no more.
No, look, here's the thing. You stick by the non-aggression principle, and that non-aggression principle is this. You only use violence in defense. Okay? As soon as you adopt an aggressive posture, then you're off. It's over. Okay? So if you remain defensive, then you stay in the right.
Right.
You know?
Mr. Super Sidewinder has a video he wants you to show.
All right, let me take a look here.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it just shouldn't have to be unless it's in self-defense. And I don't know. In that respect, you know, it's heartbreaking to see people continuing because it's just a lie. Then they're the biggest part of it, and they can't see it. They think they're doing a good thing.
This is what Mr. Super Sidewinder said.
Happen if a hole was blown in your spaceship. So I've designed this to fail right at full vacuum. So this can hold around 14.7 pounds per square inch. And so right when it gets to full vacuum, this mylar will rupture. And so it will be a catastrophic sudden failure, which will simulate what would happen if you were in space and suddenly the wall behind you got blown out. Oh, it's gonna go. Whoa!
That's fucked, man.
The air rushing through that hole is actually moving at the speed of sound, so it accelerates our little astronaut extremely fast. Now, normally you wouldn't have a wall to run into, but it makes it more fun to watch. Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
What would happen if a hole was blown in your spaceship? Because I've designed this to fail right at...
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying would happen. A
Right.
hole, hell. You wouldn't even need a hole. That's what I'm saying would happen to anything like that. Even that stupid space trailer they're supposedly flying around in up there.
Yeah, and opening and going out.
It would blow out everything. It would want to puff out, man. Do you realize what kind of construction? And how come there's no video of the other than an animation by NASA? There's no video of the fucking thing being put together.
Right.
No pictures, nothing. It's just
Well, that's
what
why
the
I
hell?
said you would think that they would be very proud, like they are with their planes, but they're not with the rockets.
No.
All that garbage. Why aren't they proud enough to show it off?
Okay, let's turn on our fan. So this is with air. Let's see how this looks. So I'll turn it to 3 volts. That's
Oh,
the
this guy's
operating.
got some good ones on here. Whose channel is this? Can a fan blow things in a vacuum? No, not at all. Never. That's what they're trying to show on this one.
Operating voltage of this fan here. So let's just turn it up to 3 volts. It's like a snow machine. Okay, let's leave it like that and turn on our vacuum and see how it changes as the vacuum increases. Okay, they're already slowing down. They're still flying around in there though. Oh, there they go. So at this speed, you don't see any movement of the balls. Now this isn't a perfect vacuum. There's still tiny amounts of air in here. Let's see if I can turn the fan up a lot and get some beads to blow around. The only reason you can hear sound right now is because the fan is touching the chamber walls. If it weren't, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. But you can see that if you turn it up really high, you can get enough drag on those balls that it actually lifts it up and makes it spin around. So you can see that's the reason why on planets like Mars, you can still have wind happening. Okay, let's turn on our fan. So this is with air. Let's see how this...
Interesting.
These guys got... So I have a secret. These guys got what they deserved. In 1979, a group of Holocaust deniers offered 50,000...
Oh, no, not Holocaust deniers. Those bastards, heathens. Gorilla tape. You just have to use your finger to block the hole. Then you, that's it. Piece of duct tape like old Chris Hetfield used, right? Didn't he patch up a hole with some fucking duct tape, or somebody did? Gorilla tape. Hell yeah. Some Flex Seal. Use some of that Flex Seal. That shit probably works. If you use Gorilla tape, Flex Seal, and magic gold foil, you are almost to the moon. You are almost to the moon. 33 watching. Illuminati confirmed. Okay. So that's what we're doing up in here. No shit. Wow. So yeah, that movie might be a pretty good one to see. I was looking to see. Oh, I can't show that. Can't show those people dying. All these people just dying on TV. So this is pretty telling. This is a video of our good friend and ally, Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm sure you all know who that guy is, right? I am a sellout to the Illuminati. That's right. And I'm gonna spend all $5 that I got from the Illuminati to promote their evil sorcery and plans. So this is our good friend Benjamin, also known as BB by his friends. Okay. God bless America. Why do they do that? What in the fuck is going on with my goddamn internet tonight?
אתה יודע, צחוק ופשוט הם לא יכולים
זה מה שמביא אותנו
ואז רגע, אבל אז השוק העולם יגיד מה אתם כובשים? אתה לא מפחד מהעולם, ביבי.
במיוחד היום עם אמריקה, אני יודע מה זה אמריקה. אמריקה זה לא שאפשר להזיז אותו בקלות, להזיז לכיוון הנכון. לא יכלו.
America is something that you can maneuver and move into the right direction. And even if they say something, so then they say something. 80% of Americans
לא פחדתי להתאבד עם קלינטון, לא פחדתי להתאבד עם אובמה. מה היו הסכמי אוסלו? הסכמי אוסלו שהכנסת חתמה עליהם. שאלו אותי, תנאי פחות התקיים, אוקיי, תנאי כפוף להדדיות, צמצום הנסיבות. אבל איך אתם צמצום את הנסיבות? אני אתן פירוש להסכם שיאפשר לי להפסיק את הדהירה הזאת בקווי 67. איך עשינו את זה? אף אחד לא אמר מה זה אתרים צבאיים מוגדרים. אתרים צבאיים מוגדרים, אני אמרתי אלה אזורי ביטחון. בקעת הירדן, מבחינתי זה אתר צבאי מוגדר. נכון. זה אוקיי. לך תגיד.
They know they can just fucking manipulate us, man.
Well, yes. But the thing is he's speaking as if it's just him. They all play the same game.
Well,
doesn't
it's
matter where
especially
you
like
are.
that. No, it's especially like that when it comes to Israel, though.
Well, that's
we
because
are so bamboozled in this country.
But that's the people making that choice.
Well,
like
it's because of the propaganda that's pushed on us. Yeah.
Right.
And people don't realize it. You know, they just hear these politicians repeat over and over and over. Israel's our greatest ally in the region. Okay, so what does that mean?
So why are we always, if they're our greatest ally, why are we always, why is not we, but why is DC always supporting them? If they're the biggest ally, why do they constantly need support?
Well, this is what gets me. How does this treaty work? Okay, we give them billions of dollars in aid and weaponry every year, and they allow us to. Cool. Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That's about right. But see, we can see through that illusion, and that's the thing. But most people, they're too busy still stuck in illusion, participating. They're participating to their own detriment. And everyone else's.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have us all participating in one way or another, and it's up to us to stop it.
Well,
and that's by changing our behavior, not somebody else's, but our very own.
Well, this is like these people who say, "Oh, do you support the Palestinians?" Absolutely, I'm on the side of the Palestinians. Does that mean that I support Hamas? No, not a bit, because I already know what Hamas is. But I do know that the Palestinian people have been living for generations now in a fucking open air prison, subject to second, well, better yet, third class citizenship and treatment by the Israeli authorities, you see. And so it's been bad. And the aim is an apartheid state. The aim definitely is they make no fucking, they make no bones about it. I mean, they don't disagree that that's what they do. And so consequently, this is, I don't know why we overlook that, why we don't see that as a bad thing. Maybe it's because we've tried to sow also at the behest of Israel, a hatred toward Islamic people. Okay. That's what we've sowed in this country through various means of propaganda, through our media, through events that take place that aren't really what the fucking
and the things place. We celebrate.
Yeah. So I mean, we're being really heavy. People got to wake up. You know, they got to get out of the fucking news and realize that these people are just there to steer you in the direction that they want you to go. Okay, that's their only job. That's all they do. All day, every day, constantly. This is their fucking job, man.
Well, and for him to say that the cost isn't too high yet, does everybody have to be dead till the debt's paid? Is that what he's saying? If you put it in the context of what he was talking about, you know, the cost
They're the
of
ones who are
living
always.
is life.
I say it needs
It's
to.
lives. Go ahead.
That wasn't me. I'm sorry. That was a
Oh.
fucking computer.
But it's the lives. That's what pays the cost. That's the cost.
Yeah.
What does it cost everyone? Is it worth your life? They got everybody out there sacrificing themselves, you know, like Jesus did. Jesus went to court. He did everything just right. He did, you know, they still crucified him and sacrificed his life for somebody else. Had nothing to do with it. Right? I mean,
Right.
I just see this saying that's, I don't know, a system is the best way you can say it. All work synergistically, and I can see that. And until you can, you're going to continue to support what you're told to support.
You want to see something cuter and shit? You guys are gonna love this. You're gonna love this. This is cute as hell. Wait, let me unmute it.
Who did? They won't let me out, no. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. They won't let me out.
I've seen that. I've had that before.
Yep.
Do you know who bit the butter? Do you have any idea who bit the butter?
I know that look.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
Who did this? Who did it?
You told on himself.
Who done this?
Did you eat her food? Did you eat her food? Did you eat? Did you enjoy it? Was it good?
Jasper.
Those
Yeah.
looks. I know those looks, man.
Yep.
Oh my god. It's like, wasn't me. That my dog narked the other one out. He's like, yeah, it was him, man. Look.
Yeah, dogs have some really cool personalities.
Oh my god. Now you guys are gonna have to brace yourself. You might find this to be a bit of a disturbing scene at home. But I'll go ahead and I'll show it anyway. It's dead guy smoking cigarette, man. The fuck?
Yeah.
The world is a stage, my friends. It is. Absolutely. I want to see if there's anything else, and then I'm probably going to get off here. Let me just make sure. Oh, let me see. What is this? They want total control. What's this about? Wait a second. Something about. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me bring this up. Kind of an interesting thing.
People were asking me, why are they pushing these LED lights so much? They're even giving them away for free. Reason being is because these LED lights will connect everything in the Internet of Things, right? These LED lights can be connected up to, for example, her cell phone, that tablet, all the appliances in the home, the thermostat, the cars, the garage, everything can be connected, and then they can monitor and get data from that. But they can also turn off things when you're using them based on climate reasons and whatever else. And you now are connected up to the Internet of Things. Now, what's interesting about these LED lights is that they ping a lot of microwave radiation, which I'm going to show you in the next video. So in this video, I went with an EMF tester and went around with a tri-field EMF tester to check the radiation coming off these LED lights. Look at that. off the charts. So what happens is when you're bringing these lights into your home, you're pinging microwave radiation into your house as well. The microwave radiation can impact the health of your heart, your brain, your eyes, your skin, your organs, and it also connects up to this, like I said, Internet of Things. So it's interesting that they're pushing all of this nonsense when look at how detrimental this can be to your health. Next on that, what's more crazy about all this is in 2016, you had the AMA come out and say that LED lights can increase the risk of cataracts and eye degeneration. So it's going to cause people to have bad eyesight over time and be radiated so that we can save the planet, but it doesn't seem like we're saving humans.
Well, that sounds nice.
People were asking me, why
You're
are
gonna
they
kill us with this shit, y'all. It's our world's favorite Ukrainian dictator. Hold on, wait a second. This is for you, Dreamy. No, you hold on. Don't get too excited. That's our man Zelensky, man. Come on.
I wasn't going to say about the other video. Dang it.
Oh, about the lights and the LEDs.
Oh yeah. On Doug and Stacy's channel, Doug did a thing, and he tested his solar, and the amount of radiation coming off of solar and everything was really high. It's not clean energy, and they're off grid. Yeah, their channel's off grid with Doug and Stacy. And then he showed, and then I asked him, does a generator is it do the same thing? And he said no. So the grid energy and generators are far better. But like I was saying the other night, you're adding lithium batteries and stuff. You've got waste for those kind of things, I don't think we're going in a good direction. Not really. I'm starting to have a big change of heart on what I, had going on in my brain. And I was thinking free energy, solar. But then you look at the cost of that, all the stuff you have to buy ain't damn free. They charging you out the ass. And then after so many years, you got to start replacing crap. It's not a lifetime system.
So check this out. This is crazy, man.
But that one lady also came out with the fact that they need a lot of energy to use their directed energy weapons. I did watch that, where a lady was talking about that.
It says here on this page here, it says that the journalist who advocated that the unjabbed be put in concentration camps died suddenly at the age of 33. Ian Van Dale has died after being hospitalized and declared neurologically dead, his family revealed. Van Dale was a business journalist who worked as a reporter and editor for the Financial Post. He was also previously a producer at BNN Bloomberg for over a decade. Van Dale advocated for vaccine passports and mandates and called for the firing of anyone who refused the jabs. He also suggested that unjabbed people should be arrested and taken away to concentration camps. And he's now dead at 33. Notice the age.
Yeah, he probably just got a new name and went into witness protection type program.
33.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, the poor man. I'm sorry. No one should pass away so young.
That is at 33, no less.
All right.
There's nothing
That's sad.
What is
sad.
it?
But
I'll have
it's
to get
just like
into
that lady that was the mother against drunk drivers. Mad.
Yeah.
And she pushed for the new law, drunk driving laws. And then she turned around after she did that because her daughter was killed by a drunk driver. And then she turned around and ended up in prison because she was a drunk driver that ended up killing somebody. Kind of crazy, huh?
God. Yeah.
So what goes around comes around, and what you wish on others ends up back on you. That's why karma is so incredible. She don't care, good or bad. She's gonna give you back what you've dished out.
Well, I think I'm going to call it a night here. We sufficiently showed that I guess that Shawn did not demonstrate sufficiently a gas pressure system
Right.
without containment. And at least not in the sense that it would relate to the Earth having atmos. And as far as Flatzoid presenting that map, that's exactly right what he said. There are no accurate maps, and a globe is not a map. So, and I also add the further idea that if indeed it's distorted in the south on the azimuthal equilateral projection, then why don't they have another AE map from the South Pole that is used when they're in the south part of the globe?
Right.
That's the case. You'd figure they'd have that, right? But they don't.
Yep.
They all use the same one.
And you know, way before the globe thing came along, and never once have I ever seen ships and stuff. It back before all the GPS and garbage, they used big, huge flat maps. I mean, to navigate.
They had charts and all kinds of shit for each
They
area.
had the charts, big ones that you know, some of them chart tables were huge because of the charts that they used in order to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was a ball, wouldn't they have used the ball to navigate?
Right.
It would have given them better measurements and distances and all that stuff.
Well, another thing is they used a compass, like, you know, a compass like this, not a north-south compass, that you can't use that on a fucking ball. Right. And they would use it to scale distances and things like that. So just out of curious, I saw some people asking for about the F-bombs. I'm thinking about going ahead. I'll get the wife to work up you know, a price on these and shit. And if y'all are interested, enough people in F-bombs, which I have right here, as you can see, maybe there we go. There's the F-bombs. And my wife makes these. They're kind of cool.
Oh.
And
I hadn't known about those.
Yeah, she just made this tonight. And
cool.
in addition to, and also, like I said, I'll get a price what she wants. She said, I thought you were going to try to sell a bag of dicks on your show. And so we have that here. We have literally a bag of dicks. And if you open up the little drawstring to it, you can open it up, and inside is, of course, some dicks.
You need to hold an auction.
You know, hey, there you go, for charity.
Yeah.
Yeah, or no, just
for dog biscuits.
Yeah, for dog biscuits. I'll tell you what, these dogs are running me out. I found out they like duck flavor. They like duck, and so I've been getting them duck jerky and shit. And they go crazy for it. And they're gonna eat me out of house and home with that shit. But yeah, this one right here has 3 little dicks in it. I have a whole handful of little phallic yarn made peni. Is that maybe? Is it peni? Is multiple penis? Is it peni like cactus? I don't know what the proper nomenclature for multiple penises is. Only ever had to deal with just one, my own, you know. So
yeah, you should hold a thing this weekend.
That would be cool. Yeah, well, I'll talk to the wife.
Auction them off.
There we go.
I mean, they are one of a kinds, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so they're worth quite a bit.
She can make more of these, though. Her idea is to make more of these and sell them.
Well,
you know, I guess.
Yeah, she can, but at least auction off the first ones, make them extra special.
Hell yeah, I'll have her embroider something. Then have them put the person's name on it. You want to?
Yeah,
give
she
it
can authenticate it as well. She can go down and get those little things and have them authenticated.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you got anything you want to leave in? Yeah, peni. That's correct. So thank you, Dave, special agent. Thank you. All right.
Have a good night.
All right, baby. Good one. Thanks for coming up, everybody that came up, and I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you again tomorrow night. We'll go over some more crazy shit. And then we'll be back on the main channel. But listen, we got to get this. We got to get the numbers up on this channel just in case, because it looks like they're trying to attack my channel. They've already hit me. I can't embed links and whatever shit, or I don't know. We'll see how that affects it. I'm not really sure exactly what all the fuck they're talking about. But in any case, yeah, we'll be back on this channel tomorrow night. And I think that's the last of our suspension time, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll double check that. But either way, I'm going to start doing it on both channels. And then I'm going to start coming over here, dropping off of the main channel and then coming over to here, because I want to build up I want to make sure everybody gets subbed over here so that we can have another safe place to go to, alternate back and forth, kind of dodge our path a little bit, because if they're already wanting to fuck with me on that channel, we'll just bring shit up over here until that one calms down, and then we'll go back and forth. So we'll just work it that way. Like I said, I've applied to Rockfin. Hopefully I'll hear something soon. If not, I'm going to do it again and get over on some others. And of course, we're on Rumble. Let me see. I'm going to put the link to my channel in. There we go. I'll put the link to my Rumble. I copy it for those of you that are there. Paste it in there. So we're going to start trying to stream over live on other platforms as well. So as we always like to say, Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor and fire his ass because he'll probably kill you. Good night.